On.
Yeah.
My arm hurts. I don't like this new setup.
Come on, don't talk shit. I had to buy an entire cabin for this. Like, literally, I had to move. And what's great is, like, I have to crop it, too. Like, so when I'm editing, the whole fucking video is going to be cropped to, like, what it is. But I'm going to include a frame right here of what it actually looks like so you can tell.
So when it's zoomed in, it does look like we're in a fucking...
It does kind of look like we're in a cabin.
That's
like,
pretty cool.
I mean, it's going to be cropped in a way where we're, like, you know... But yeah, so what do you think?
Looks good, man. Looks official.
$200 fucking worth of bullshit off Amazon and Restore. I mean, these are real snakeskin chairs too, which like feel the texture of the.
Wow.
Yeah,
you got
like,
these where at the
Restore for $60 a piece. Like snakeskin's kind of like it's not hard
to. The fuck's Restore? Is it like a thrift store?
Yeah, it's the Habitat for Humanity place down at Courthouse by
the. That's where I got my coffee table and my fucking.
That's where I got the. Well,
furnishings.
I don't know why they were selling this beautiful silver clad 15 karat silver table.
You just have spray paint.
Yeah.
Is it wooden?
Yeah, it's like you can kind of see.
Shiny.
It is. It's metallic spray paint, so it's supposed to be gold, but it came out silver. But it's like I don't know, just chrome or whatever.
It almost looks better silver than gold would have.
Yeah, like I don't know, it kind of came out nice, but it was like out on my lawn, like over the septic tank with no shirt on, no mask on, either, just spraying like on the neighbor's property.
My septic's backing up, and like we warned our landlord about it, and they're like, nah.
Don't worry about it.
Like when you flush the toilet after you like wash dishes or wash laundry or took a shower now, like it doesn't want to go down. But if you haven't like ran water recently, it flushes fine. So I'm like, something somewhere along the lines is fucked. And they're like, nah. I'm like, all right. So when fucking poop comes out of my tub, then we're going to have to call an emergency plumber. But we could have solved this way earlier, but that's fine.
Tina, the tub's backing up.
Bro.
Up to your tits and fudge.
I think I told you about it, but I definitely haven't told it on the air.
Willy Wonka factory
where
going
my
through your
kid
house.
took his first shit in the fucking tub ever. Bro.
Do you tell?
I'm like starting to wash them or whatever, and I see this small floaty, and it doesn't look like poop. It just looks like some debris or something, and I'm like trying to scoop it out, but it was poop. And then I'm like trying to scoop this little tiny like warning floaty out, and all of a sudden a brown tennis ball floats up to the fucking surface. The water turned like fucking tea. I didn't know what to do. Tina was like outside getting some from her car. I call her. I'm like, yo, you got to come back right now. She's like, what do you mean? Like, what? And I'm like, he shit in the tub. She's like, oh, I'll be right there. She's cracking up. I didn't know what to do. I just picked him up and held him in the air. And I was like, I need help.
This is the place I wash you normally. Like, I don't know how to make this
We both
clean.
panicked, called her sister, and then she was like, oh, I'll take the baby out of the tub, and then take the poop out of the tub, and then clean the tub, and then put him back in the tub.
Yeah.
So I'm like scooping turds out of the tub, putting them in the toilet with my hand. They're like disintegrating in my hand, like the forbidden sands of time. Just fucking.
Why didn't you just
fucking?
Why didn't you?
I should have just dumped it outside.
Grab like one of Rocky's bags, like
it was like. It looked like poop after you eat a salad. Like it was just all these weird floaties and shit. It was horrible. And then when I would try and pick them up, they would just disintegrate immediately.
He's like
just
not
poke a bunch of holes in one of Rocky's bags and make like a makeshift fucking
like
poop
a strainer,
net. Yeah.
like a minnow net.
Like one of those fucking poop or not poop nets, fish nets.
Yeah, get like one of those the plastic johns you hang off the back of your fucking boat so it'll keep your minnows alive. Just have it filled with fucking kid.
Or just get the strainer from the kitchen and just use that.
That also works.
But I thought about carrying it outside and then dumping it, but then like it's really heavy and I just picture myself like sploshing and splashing poop water all over the house and all over myself. And then the poop was disintegrating, so then I'm like, this will just go right down the drain. And then it like clogged up the drain, and the drain
naturally
the drain was backing up with baby shit. And I was just like, I'm never showering here again.
You should call the landlord and just be like, hey, look, this is your problem.
And then I was panicking. Shit. I put a piece of toilet paper over the drain to try and catch all the turds that were going down the drain, and then the toilet paper disintegrated, went down the drain, and clogged it up even more. It was just. I was using the snake thing, trying to fish it out, and I was just getting fudgy hair out of the fucking
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
Bedtime was supposed to be 8, and it was like 9:30 by the time I solved this whole ordeal.
It sounds like a fudgy mess that just like lasted way too fucking long for.
And Tina was like laughing, and I'm just like, this is fucking. I have poop all over my hands right now.
It's not even my poop. It's not even the dog's poop. It's like.
Human shit.
Human.
Normally it doesn't gross me out. Like his diapers are pretty gross, and I'm just like the smell is bad, but like the actual wiping the poop is just like whatever. Try not to get it on your hands. But for some reason, like poop soup was just fucking. It was like extra gross, dude. It really threw me for a loop. I was just like, this is the nastiest shit I've had to deal with yet.
When you forget an ice cream sundae on your dashboard in the summer, and it's like just that, but like the actual smell.
I've clearly never forgotten ice cream sundae anywhere, dude.
You and me both, brother. Damn, dude, I've been fucking putting on the LBs lately. I've been eating, but well, because all right, so like we're a week late on this because I thought I was dying the other day, which is Easter Sunday. I complete this beautiful, magnificent, fucking amazing handmade log cabin that I cut all of these logs down from trees here in Tuckahoe by hand.
Organic hemp fur.
Yeah, it's like literally
from the Pine Barrens.
Yeah, and like foraged this whole place, foraged the chair, whatever.
Where'd you get the wallpaper?
Yeah, Amazon. It like literally, it took me like 45 minutes to get all this off. It was like I didn't go for the angles or anything, so like literally just all fucking wonky. But yeah,
looks good, dude.
But yeah, like so I like finished that on like I forget, it was either like Saturday or Thursday or something, like one of the days where I didn't have much going on. I was like, perfect, Jake's gonna be able to come over. We're gonna record one in the new studio. Then Sunday night, I work all day, come home, I'm like, my throat's a little scratchy. Go to bed. I wake up at like 2 o'clock in the morning with like my chest feeling like it's like glued shut, and I'm breathing through like a pen cap. So I was like, this isn't good, and I couldn't get comfortable. I couldn't like get my breath or like hack anything up. I was just like, this feels like when I was a little kid and I had the croup. So yeah, I had my dad drive me to the hospital, went to the fucking emergency room where they promptly thought I was having a heart attack and hooked up.
Did any part of you think like, this is the myocarditis? This is the Kovacs coming for me?
I've had the croup so many times, I knew it was something respiratory. It was just freaking me out because like I couldn't breathe. Like,
imagine if you dropped out of a heart attack.
That would be funny.
I would be the ultimate conspiracy guy then. I'd be like, my friend died from the COVID vaccine.
They took the real life Dale Gribble out.
We should do. I forgot. I can go live on something.
I even brought the little kickstand
I just
for
saw
you.
that and I was like, shit.
Yeah, then people are going to be like, wow, they're putting some
I almost
production.
said some shit right there, and I was like, let me stop, because I thought we were live, but we're not. But just to save you the editing.
All right, there we go.
I would fly somewhere and kill someone.
Want to glass the Middle East. You can put it in the stand if you like. Yeah.
That's what that's for.
But yeah, to continue the fucking Joe. So they hooked me up with the EKG. And then realized like right away I'm not having a heart attack. So they're like, all right, fuck this guy. I get like, service. I get like, hey, come on, pause off that. There we go.
Did she crop you? Are you good?
Nah, we're good.
Right.
She's fine. I just don't want to put her paws on that table. But yeah, like so they like hooked me up to like a heart monitor, get my pulse ox and everything. They realized like right away I'm not having a heart attack. But they like keep me like they put an IV in, and like everything ended up being okay. They did something I've never had happen before. They gave me Pepto Pepsid, like so like a bismuth, like something to give me, because I was like, my chest feels like it's on fire, and they're like, did you eat something spicy? I was like, no. But they're like, all right, well, we don't believe you. So they gave me an IV of Pepto.
Sounds like indigestion.
Yeah, they gave me an IV of Pepto-Bismol as well as like some other shit, like
IV of Pepto.
Yeah,
what the
and
fuck?
I felt it go through my arm, and then it broke a bunch of shit up in my chest. But there was, so like I ended up they told me later, they ran me for COVID, ran me for pneumonia, ran me for tuberculosis, ran me for fucking bronchitis, like all this other tuberculosis. I think I already said. They ran me for all this shit. It all came back negative. So they're like, mixture of seasonal allergies, lower respiratory infection, and you have a sore throat. So we're gonna chalk this all up to just basically like, you got a really bad mix of shit.
You're gay.
You are gay. We're pronouncing
you're
you
diagnosed with the gay.
Prognosis gay. Prognosis homosexual.
Treatment euthanasia.
Treatment AIDS. I'm gonna give you a low dose of AIDS and let you work up. No, I don't even know what that fucking means.
What was that? That medication that they gave AIDS people that was like killing them.
Oh, NZT, yeah. Which Fauci forced. That was his first fucking thing where he rushed that to market.
That's Joe's treatment.
Yeah, NZT. And I'm taking needles to the butthole. I can't imagine if. Well, all right. So yeah, when I was a little kid.
Clips, dude, just
yeah. When I was a little kid, there was this guy that we used to go to like parties and like sleepovers and shit, like, you know, like little kid parties and shit. It was a kid that we always would like go to each other's birthday party and everybody. So like it was one particular sleepover. He was like trying to tell everybody how when you get AIDS, not only do they have to stick a gigantic needle up your urethra, but they also simultaneously have to retract your balls behind your urethra so that the needle can go through both of them. And it was a good.
How did he even come up with this?
I have no fucking idea.
Oh, what age are you? You're like 9.
Like 10, yeah, like 10,
way too young to
11.
be talking about this shit.
It was like, are you gonna even get hard? And I'm like, well, fuck, I don't want any
You're
of
like,
that.
I'm hard now. That's why I am the way that I am now.
And that's what made me gay. That's how I met your mother.
That's like a fucked up millennial version of kids say the darndest things.
Yeah.
I feel like our generation was just like the first one that went completely off the fucking wall. It's like,
Yeah, totally.
I feel like it's the internet that like blew the doors off everything. I'm sure older heads that talked about fucked up shit too, but I feel like our parameters were broadened by fucking AOL and like shit like that, where it's just like young kids know way too much now. Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking weird.
I mean, we knew too much as kids, but we didn't have. We had the allure of like I got at this like the last time we recorded, so like 2 weeks ago. But I was like, we have like an express lack of like folklore, where like it's like that was like a word of mouth thing that he probably either made up on the spot or like heard from someone else
Say
who made
older
it up.
siblings or older brothers or something
Like
told him some fucked up shit.
Maybe he's like fucked up uncle or something. Like, you know, like whoever
His Uncle Joey.
Yeah, me. I was
Hey
telling.
kid, when you get AIDS, I gotta stick a needle in your urethra.
They did it to me.
Just you hanging out at a playground hacking a dart. Don't get AIDS.
Look,
Get away from my son.
yeah.
That's how I got on the list.
But no, like we don't have any like folk tales anymore because, like you said, like AOL like even fucking killed it. But then there's the internet, so like you can just like Google something when someone says something that sounds like bullshit. Like I said, we get like 40% of the fucking facts right on here. Like it's very easy to dismiss what we say because I get all of it wrong. But
It is that cliche thing where like back in the day, it was just like someone told you something, you had to fucking believe it.
Oh yeah, like they if you got "fuck you" tattooed on your I think it's this figure on your right pinky, that they wouldn't draft you because you would salute. It's like
I never heard that one.
Yeah, it's like a Vietnam thing, and there's like I think like a photo of like some soldier that like wrote it.
Wouldn't
in
they
pen.
just like put like a Band-Aid on your fucking
Oh, they just
hand?
probably, if they were desperate enough, they just
Chop your pinky off.
burn you. Yeah, that too. Yeah, he was reaching into a fucking scalding hot oven or like something. Yeah, he touched the barrel of a
He
house.
was holding a grenade. It went off.
Holding my pecker. That's not going to remove that.
Very ADD random thought, but remember that fireworks clip from this summer where that kid blew his fucking hand off? And then
That was this summer?
or last summer maybe.
No. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think it was this summer, this past 4th of July.
Okay.
Remind me of the grenade going off in the hand. I think we talked about it on here, where a kid was like drinking a Twisted Tea and he had a firecracker and it just blew his hand off. He only had 2 fingers left. He held it up for the crowd. Everyone was like, "Oh!" And then he like finished chugging his beer. And just ran off.
Good guy.
Fucking wild.
I did see the video up to the point though of the guy that put the mortar on his head, like you know, like the firework that you have, and like you put it in the tube. He put the tube on his head, like he's retarded. Yeah, it's fucking. They showed it up till the fucking thing goes off, but like it literally, like it's like, I mean, you fuck around with those things, you can feel them shake the ground. They're no fucking joke.
Hey, y'all, watch this.
It literally punched a hole in his skull. It's a dumb way to die.
Yeah.
I mean, mind you, I say this, and then there's video somewhere, I think Yussel has it, of me lighting him lighting bottle rockets out of my butt crack on the 4th of July, which is, come on, like, who hasn't done that? We were all drunk. I'll include a picture of that, because I actually just looked that up. But yeah, you remember, like, during COVID, that 4th of July, that was the best 4th of July ever, like, in my entire life,
I don't really remember it.
Oh, dude,
like COVID 4th of July. Weren't things kind of normal at that point?
No. So
I'm thinking of 21.
Yeah, 21.
I went to like the Ventnor Beach or something. 2020. What the fuck did I do? I don't even remember.
They canceled all the fireworks around town, and it got to that point in early June. You remember there was like that dumb fucking sign that Ocean City put out where it was like, you need to like we're gonna close the beach, but everybody was walking around on the boardwalks. Everybody just went to the beach anyway, and then nothing became of it. But
6 feet.
Yeah, there was like those signs that like Rogan talked about on his podcast. That it was like from Ocean City. But yeah, anyway, like
I do remember that.
yeah, like it's like you just call him like the mayor stupid, and it's like yeah, because it's a dumb law. You're gonna let everybody walk around without regarding the 6 feet on the boardwalk. Just let them go to the fucking beach, and like what if they're gonna.
I remember that everything was shut down, and then like in the summer they're like, well, we're opening the beaches, and then I went to the boardwalk, and like I was never one that thought anything should be shut down.
Right.
So like, but the hypocrisy of like everything shut down in the off season, and they're like, we got to open it up to save the shore. And bro, the boardwalk was fully normal. It was like a fully normal summer, and everyone's like, COVID's spreading, and it was like, what the fuck are we doing? And then in the winter, they're like, oh, stores are closed again. Like,
yeah, no, oops,
it's fucking ridiculous. That shit was. I'm beating a dead horse here, but that was fucking.
No, it was.
ridiculous.
It was absolutely fucking whack, and it was
they
like
finally laxed up on the masks. Did you have to wear one in the hospital, or was it optional? Because it was optional when I went to the doctor's the other day.
oh, they put one on me, but they shot me up with I think Dilaudid or something. So I don't remember. I was able to completely fucking hang off.
Yeah,
I kept wait. I kept pissing. I was like hooked up to an IV, so I could get up. So I kept having to piss in like one of those little fucking jugs, and I filled it up twice.
Those are great.
It's fantastic. But
You know you're not supposed to ash your cigar.
I did know that, but you're also
I didn't.
supposed to try and hit the ashtray.
Well, it fell.
It's a sterling silver table.
It fell. I apologize.
No, it's fine. I don't fuck.
I
This
just
table's
learned that this
$9.
week, and I thought people who did that were just fucking stupid, but there's like science behind it. It like keeps it cool and like allows it to burn slower or some shit.
It like apparently burns evener on like better or more even on like better cigars. But like you ever see when they have like the fucking toothpick they put through the end so that you don't actually touch it, so your hand doesn't fuck with the oils of it, and like you can get a better like you can
Taste
get more of it
at the end.
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
Cigars are whack.
I like cigars, but it's like not that much. Like
I just smoke and inhale cigar leaf.
I get high.
Yeah, I try to roll it as tight as fuck, so it's like a cigar now. And I've been trying not to ash and like treat it like a cigar, even though I inhale. But
do you feel refined?
I do.
Do you feel classy?
I'm like smoking in my yard. I'm like, yeah, my neighbors probably think this is a cigar.
With
it just
this
reeks of fucking weed.
Fancy
like, this
new
guy's smoking weed at 8 a.m. again.
You look
retard.
Okay, you look like you're a fucking steampunk that doesn't know what a steampunk is, which is hilarious. Because
Yeah.
I like your like.
That's a very accurate assessment.
Are they like John Lennon glasses, or are they like supposed to be steampunk? Because I can't tell which, but I like them. I do like them.
I think I just saw them at CVS and was like, these are cool. I'm buying them. I think I was going for the Lennon look. I got these over a year ago, and I just found them like in my glove box randomly and was like, I'm going to wear these.
Right on.
So
I dig them.
thanks.
But yeah, the summer of well, no, just no, I do dig them. I do. The summer of 2020 though. All right, well we're on it. I got these when I was in Germany, so like all the stuff on the inside, it's like all in Deutsch, like.
Swastika, cool.
Yeah. I know that means recycling now. they burn their garbage. That's a clip.
You cracked yourself up on that one.
Yeah,
you were like, hell
I was
yeah.
like 3 steps ahead of that. Yeah, I was thinking
I actually didn't see that one coming.
Neither did they.
They just send all their sunglasses on trains to Poland.
No, believe it or not, it's like the shoes at the museum are usually what they show with the sunglasses.
It's so stupid.
Mark isn't here. We can't do this material. Anyway, yeah, so 2020, the summer of 2020, yeah, like it got to like June and like all the beaches opened back up, but then they were like, fuck it, we're going to cancel the fireworks because it's so like, I don't know.
Was the restaurant open? Did you have to
restaurant was open. Yeah. Like everything was fine. It was just
takeout only.
Yeah,
probably.
it was like the height of DoorDash. So like nobody could dine in. We didn't have outdoor seating.
You guys rocking with like Uber Eats or something? Or
Grubhub? It was like Guns for Hire. Whoever would come through is like we didn't advertise.
I've gotten a Grubhub or a Uber Eats for your restaurant once, but I was going the opposite way, and I was like, "Fuck, Joe, I'm not driving back there for $6."
I don't even know if it's an online option because I know you can online order, but I don't even know if the option's like on there to get it through Grubhub.
I don't think it's through you guys. I think it's third party. Grubhub and Uber Eats allows customers to order at restaurants that aren't on their platform, and it's a complete headache because then the driver has to call and place the order themselves and then wait for it. And like, I don't mind doing it because they usually pay really well, but yeah, that's a little inside baseball to the gig work. Because restaurants, when I would go in and be like, hey, I'm picking up for Grubhub or whatever, they'd be like, we don't do that. And I started having to like do it in stealth mode where I'm just like calling, pretending it's for myself. You just use the company credit card.
I'm the customer.
Yeah, you just use the company credit card and then fucking put it in the hot bag when you get back to the car. Because a lot of places like bitched at me. Manco bitched at me.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't do Uber Eats. And I'm like, well, I'm fucking here, dog. And they didn't want to sell it to me. And I'm like, what's the difference? Like, and then after that, I had to like hide it, like keep the fucking credit card in your hand till the last second.
Yeah, I get that. Like, we've never like ran anybody out because of that, but I have heard of places around here being more difficult. There's actually
Kirk's
like
legit told me no. and I was just, they're like, we'll make it because you're here, and I was just like, I'm good, I'm not doing this anymore, like I'm canceling, like see you guys later. Like
we had some dude who was in Stone Harbor, and he's got like a place in Stone Harbor, he's got a place in Cape May. I think the place in Cape May was the one where this happened, but he like was in like this huge Facebook debacle all summer last summer. It was like some Greek dude who he had a Uber Eats driver like parking his fucking like in his drive.
I remember this.
Yeah, you remember.
It made like news.
Yeah,
or like
and
the,
he, like,
the patch or whatever.
Yeah, he like fucking spazzed, and we're like, everybody's like, look, like everybody's hurting for hours right now. People are doing this as like supplementary
Kids just trying
work.
to like make some money.
It was some teenager, yeah, like, and the guy like flipped the fuck out on him because they like parked in the wrong spot or something. And it was like, look, I get it that they gum up your fucking driveway, like, but that's everywhere this time of year. You can't
Delivery drivers are usually running in and out, so it's like I've double parked, I've fucking parked illegally as fuck because I'm just running in, grabbing a bag, and running out real quick. Especially in the islands in the summer, like there's no parking anywhere. Throw the hazards on, and where she fucking lands is where she lands, bud. Like
exactly. Like, but
and didn't the kid take it like a champ? And
dude,
like,
he was funny about
what the fuck?
He was funny about the whole thing. You like found the guy on Facebook and was like, hey, look, like you're not telling the whole side of the story, but totally took it on the chin. Like, hey, look, like I don't mind that you're saying all this, but that's not what happened. And then everybody like slowly ascertained that guy was being the asshole because of. And
then other people were commenting like, I've had bad experiences eating here before. The owner's a fucking prick. I've seen him like belittling his employees and shit. Yeah, it wasn't like the worst of the worst, but like, yeah, you got lambasted for fucking being a douche nozzle. But yeah, so like 2020 though, like this like fucking 4th of July was the best it had ever been. Like first off, Fred's was like just fucking everything was on sale. So like we went to the liquor store, got like 5 fucking bottles of fucking everything, got a bunch of beer, like. You hung out in Stone Harbor for the 4th?
For in Avalon, but like because.
Fred's in Avalon too?
There's 2 of them. Yeah, Fred's Tavern is in Stone Harbor, but then the liquor store is in Avalon.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they but same company, like same shirts and everything too. But the like so like they were the only place, like Bobby D's had their bar open, but they were packed because they're like one of like 3 places in town. So we're like, fuck it, let's just all get trashed at the restaurant, and then like I can go to fucking Pennsylvania and buy a bunch of fireworks and come back with them. And they were like, sounds like a plan. All right, so
fireworks stores were open.
Fireworks stores in PA were open. Hell yeah, no mask required, dude.
Fuck yeah.
So I went to PA, dropped like $300 on fireworks, and then came back, and it was like all the classics. Like I got a couple like finales and shit like that.
Some
like,
zoom zooms, some wham whams.
Yeah,
some fucking.
But like it was mostly like bottle rockets, Roman candles, so we could all just go down there and like everybody gets a little something, and we just like had Roman candle fights and shit on the beach. Little did I know though that every other person in town had that idea because like they canceled the fireworks. So everybody's like, "Fuck it, we're gonna go spend a couple $100."
We're bringing our own fucking fireworks,
dude. It was like. Like every fucking 10 yards was some other family just doing what we're doing, bringing a shitload of liquor to the beach and then like blowing shit up. So like we're all like by the end of it, like there's like 40 people on the beach. We're trashed. I drank an entire Yeti filled with beer and sand. I drank so much sand I shit the next day.
Shitting blood.
I shit a pearl. No, I didn't shit a pearl. But no, you're right. I was shitting a lot of blood. I got a hemorrhoid. I got a real bad hemorrhoid for that. But yeah, but like me and Yussel were like hammered, and we were like fucking like shooting Roman candles at each other, and it was like, hey, wait a minute, I got a bottle rocket, light it out of my butt. So I pulled my pants down, put the bottle rocket stick in my butt crack, and Yussel came and lit it. I forget if him or Connor, one of the 2 people that I work with has a video of it, but it's fucking hilarious. It's like you just see the little spark, and then it goes off, and you see my little fucking bare white ass run away.
Yeah, I don't remember what I did for the 4th that year. I think that was when I first got back into dirt biking, so I was probably just riding.
You probably
hanging out at home. I had this swimming pool that year too, so I was probably just lounging in the pool, fucking smoking doinks. Well, I don't remember doing anything particular that year.
It wasn't a particularly noteworthy year. Just for us, it was the fucking. it was the tits.
I was gonna ask, did Avalon PD bust anyone's balls?
No,
there was
not
too
at all.
many of you to fucking even.
They were like, "Fuck this!" Like there was like so like you could look because when you get on the beach in Avalon, it's not like Sea Isle or like whatever where there's like the wall at the end, like where the jetty is. You could see the entire city of or like the entire
Just
7 miles.
down.
So like every like 10 yards, it was like if they were gonna bust one person, they were gonna bust like 150 people. It was insane.
Plus, with COVID that year, like it was like a free for all.
Yeah, like this year,
the best we talked about before was when it was just like lawless in the very beginning of COVID. You just do like 100 and a 45. You're like, they don't even want to stop me, dude.
Bro, I was loving it. That was the fastest Grandma Joe ever fucking drove because like I came back from Borgata that one day. We were supposed to all go see Creeps with Kids. That was like my dad's birthday gift too. We were me, you, Aaron, and my pop were all supposed to go see Creeps with Kids.
Did that ever even come?
Nope, I never got a
cancel the tour.
Never got a refund. They never fucking announced anything that like we're rescheduling.
I wonder how many tours and people didn't because I know a lot of tours were honoring and giving refunds, but I wonder how many people got fucked out of ticket money because of COVID that never saw anything because of it.
I don't even think it was them, because there was something that it was like Bennington's Boys or whatever. It's the Interrobang is like the website or whatever.
Did you reach out to anyone and be like, hey, man?
I reached out to Borgata like 15 times and they just kept going, not my problem. And then like tried to give me vouchers for something else. I might have used it to get something else, like something unrelated to tickets. Like I might have used to get like drink vouchers when I was there with everybody for Sebastian Maniscalco.
But you probably spent like $200-$300.
Dude, I spent tickets. Like $350 for everybody's tickets. Fuck. And then they like gave me like, I think like $25 in comps. And I'm like, all right, whatever.
Enjoy this fucking Shirley Temple. Stupid.
Yeah, just go. You can also not pay for, they won't pay for your parking. You have to get a tier upgrade. They won't give you free parking.
That's only $5 there though.
Well, actually I have a card. Some guy, dude, this is like why poker tournaments rule. You meet the craziest fucking people. I met this guy and he gave me his like spare Borgata card that's one tier higher than me, and it still works, so I get free parking there all the time. It's platinum or whatever.
Did he give it to you just for that reason?
Yeah. But the reason
you could just say he lost his and go get another one.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like it's been invalid for 2 years now and it still works. So like,
really?
Fuck it. Yeah. But
do you show it to him? Do you got to swipe it?
No, they swipe it. It still makes the gate go up. So sweet. I've only had one person say, "Hey, this is expired," and I was like, "Does it work?" And they're like, "Yeah, just go get another one next time." I was like, "All right, fine." And like the kid, the reason me and him were palling around was because like we were playing a tournament together and he told me about this fucking bet that him and his friends have where they live in Cherry Hill. The bet is they have to walk down Route 40 or I guess it starts at like 3. So it's not 322. It's the one that's like one north of that takes you like it runs like from Cherry Hill and then takes you back to where 55 spits you out.
73.
Yeah, 73. So you have to walk from Cherry Hill down 73, down 40 to the expressway. Excuse me, either 40 or the expressway. One of the two.
You can't walk on the expressway.
Well, like you know how it's like they run parallel, like so you can like walk between the two of them. All the way to Atlantic City, touch the Borgata's front door, and then walk back in less than 24 hours.
Why?
Who
won? Did he win?
It was a $1,500 bet. And they were still discussing the parameters of the bet when at this point. But we were cracking up. We're like, how the hell did this even come about? Because it was like
I thought whoever lost the bet had to do this.
No. The bet was on whether or not this kid could walk. So it was like he wanted like an exorbitant amount of money for if he completed it. So the bet was like $1,500 on hit, like they were going to pony up $1,500, but other people were saying he couldn't, so he's like, no, that's going to be exponential, so if I can make it, then it's going to be like the lump sum of what you guys pony up, but if I lose, then you guys divvy up my $1,500, and they were like at some disagreement.
Is it even doable? Like if you like Google Maps the walking time, is it
was like danger close. It's like 25 hours or something like that on foot, but he's like,
he'd have to jog a little bit.
He's not allowed to run, but he is allowed to jog. He can't sprint, but he can jog, like he's allowed to. And
who's enforcing this? Is someone following him on bicycles or something?
They're apparently going to follow him in a car.
Like, down the middle of the fucking highway.
It's like on the expressway with the fucking hazards on. Like I said, the more this guy told me, the funnier it got. And I'm like, dude, this is hilarious. I want to be a part of this. I'm totally...
Fuck that, dude.
It was so fucking goddamn
I can't imagine the panic when you touch the Borgata and you're like, all right, time to
13 hours, fuck!
Do that again? Like,
dude, what if you have to take a shit, too? Like, because that's precious time. Are you gonna shit while walking? Like you can duck into the woods and like poop back and walk.
You just wear a diaper, dude. You just diaper up.
That's a good idea. Like I didn't think
you just fucking rip it off, throw a freshie on. Don't even wipe. Just itchy butt, dude. Fuck it.
So like, and then there was I asked this. I mean, it was kind of a dumb question, but I mean, it is like, so like, let's say you get picked up by the cops, like, and the cops take you closer to the location, because like they're not gonna just leave you on the side.
Count that.
Like, does that count as time off or time on, or like how does that work?
Wherever she lands, dude.
Okay, all right.
If it works in your favor,
does the clock pause though when they pick you up? Like the second you get into the vehicle, okay, so clock still runs.
It's a running clock.
Okay, even if they drive you in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Right on.
Don't get picked up by the cops.
Fair enough.
Run. You're allowed to sprint.
Run.
You are allowed to break the jog rule and sprint if the police are chasing you.
If you're black.
All right. We could add a stipulation: if you get picked up by the cops, you lose. Like,
fair enough.
You have to evade
police. Okay. That's a good
sport.
That is a good sport.
Nothing gets the adrenaline pumping like when you see a cop bang at you and you just put your foot through the floor. It's not evading police until you're fucking the blue and red. Yeah. Once the cherries come on, you gotta fucking pull. You're done.
Until then.
But yeah, until they light you, dude, pull in someone's random driveway, shut your car off, get out, act like you own the joint. They're gonna buzz by and be like, "Fuck, dude, he's home." Then you got to fucking bail, go the other way, hit the game preserve, hide out for 30 minutes, let the stars cool
Sweat, yeah. Shit your pants.
Oh, dude, it's the best.
Well, I was gonna say like that my family has a penchant for driving drunk, but it's like
It's a sport in my family.
it is a sport in my family.
Mine's running from the police.
Well,
My Uncle David ran from the cops in a station wagon. Like, it goes back generations, dude.
I mean,
He evaded them, too. Good, you know what I'm saying?
Good
They're
for
like,
good
he
on
ran from
him.
the cops.
Like, yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, they just fucking waited for him at home. It's like, yeah, well, it sounds like he got away to me.
Yeah, it sounds like a win on
Sounds
paper.
like a fucking real wheelman.
Yeah, I mean, like, so I've only like how much I drive drunk, and like I probably shouldn't be saying this, but yeah,
It's just live.
I don't drink. I haven't been able to drink lately either. So like I've been on amoxicillin. So like this is a good window of like a week where
Getting an AUI.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I'm all moxed up, dude.
Yeah, I thought my limit's fucking zooted, man, but I'm not feeling shit. I couldn't feel the wheel cuts. Dude, like, yeah, like, I've like, of all the times I've driven drunk, the only time I ever had it, it was like, I actually had like a legit excuse. It was like that time I got pulled over in North Carolina. The cop just like,
I'm allowed to be driving drunk, officer.
No,
I'm at a funeral.
No, he just like, have you been in any other trouble? And I was like, no. And then he made me blow. I blew like 0.09 or something like that. And then I blew him. Yeah. No, like I blew like 0.09, and he's like, you're like right on the border. Like, can you get home? Like, do you have the means to get an Uber? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, just park and like get out of here. And it was like, I got a massive ticket, but like,
You're in the South. A good lawyer probably would have beat a .09 anyway, because there's probably so many DUIs going up to works down there. Like,
I didn't even think, like, so literally the reason that I had just had a beer. We get beers from the distributor, like the alcohol distributor.
were you even shit faced?
No.
It's just like, this sucks. I had
They
3 beers.
They gave me a flight of beer that we were supposed to be stocking, and they're not supposed to give. They're supposed to give it to you in the beginning or like the middle of your shift, specifically for this reason.
And what's that? 4 pints?
No, it was like 4. It was like half pints probably.
Yeah.
So like about like 6 ounces.
Ponies.
But like still like that adds up when it's all like or when it's like 8% alcohol beer, like on average 8%. Like there was one that was like 22. Like it was. So I drank the entire flight because I don't want to be rude, and I also have to like think of food.
I'm about to drive. I'm trying to get a little buzz
Listen,
going.
I mean, I drive better when I'm drunk anyway. But yeah, I wasn't even driving. Like I wasn't swerving or anything. It was just a speed trap. I was going 10 miles per hour over, and the cop pulled me over. He was like, yeah, like you were going fast, but you weren't going like and then like he was like, you smell like you've been drinking. I was like, look, I'm not gonna lie, I had a couple of beers after work, and I also had been to the strip club 2 nights before.
I had 2 beers.
So I had this green, like neon green wristband on. He was like, where were you tonight? I was like, I was just at work. He's like, what's that from? I was like, oh, men's club 2 nights ago. And he's like, stayed for after hours? They don't even let you drink. I was like, it's a good way to sober up, officer. So clearly he knew that I was like aware of like that shit, like be like trying to like do it.
This is
like,
a green bracelet. It's fucking Wednesday. They're purple bracelets on that day, dude.
Get the fuck back there. Go sober up at the titty bar. No, that would have been hilarious. But yeah, he understood. Like he was like, no, I'm gonna take pity on you. But he gave me a massive ticket. So like it's not like I didn't. Just
how massive? Like 400?
Nah, 250.
That's not too bad.
When I was
cheaper than a DUI.
I was broke. Oh, dude,
I know someone around here who got DUI'd for 0.09 or 0.0. No, it was 0.08.
Really, right on the button.
But it was the second one, and they were just like, better, dog.
Yeah.
And he was like slinging back mixed drinks at Anchorage. Like he was definitely more than 0.08, but he was just telling everyone 0.08. Like he was hammered. I think he's had 2 or 3. I remember seeing him. You used to fucking like designated drunk drivers at the bar, but like there's nothing better than like just knowing you're gonna pony up for a cab and just getting fucking wasted. Like you don't have to think about it. And like we had gotten a cab this night, and like I saw his car in the parking lot, so like I knew he was driving, and I just saw him like swerving around the bar. I'm like, this kid's fucked, and he got a second DUI. Nice. His fucking license for 2 years. That's a tough one. First one, they get you for 6 months. It's like, you could get by without a license for 6 months. You could see a light at the end of the tunnel, but a fucking 2-year no license sentence, dude, is rough. Then you got to get the fucking
the breathy.
Yeah, that fucking thing, dude.
Yeah.
We've had a few buddies with those, and that sucks too. You're going down the road, it starts beeping at you. You
gotta stop, blow, or just blow in motion or whatever.
Yeah, and then my one boy fucking drank the night before and was like going to work in the morning, and it was still too high, and it like called like it sends it. I don't know if there's a live person, but like it sends a record of that to the state, and if you get too many of those, and you fucking lose your license all over again or some shit, and like Fuck.
There was this like one time, it was like right when I met Jamie, he had an interlock in his whip, and we were driving around, and this kid was like looking at him, because you know, like you pull up to a red light and it's like beep 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 beep, and you gotta like fucking blow in 30 seconds or else it shuts your whole car off. So he's like fuck, and like had to like put it in park and like do the whole fucking
you have to do it. You have to throw it in park.
Like it's like every like it's like I forget, it's like 14 or 16 minutes or something like that, but it's like just enough where it's like if you're running to like the store or something like that, you're not gonna get popped, but if you're driving just far enough, it's gonna make you like do it again.
I thought you could blow while driving down the road.
You can.
Okay.
But he was like
you
I don't know.
Find the shit, threw it in park.
Yeah, well, like we were at like a red light, and like this kid was like looking at us funny, because it's like, you know, he just like made a big deal, and then like had to blow into it, and then like the light turns green, he's still blowing, and then says okay, so he puts in drive and goes. But then he's like, yeah, like this kid's like looking at, I was like, that kid was like sussed out, like, you know, he's so weird. He's like, you wouldn't believe this if like, but a couple of days ago I did the exact same thing at this exact same light, and a kid that was standing right where that kid was like standing comes, like, he sees me doing this, he goes, hey man, what kind of vape is that? And Jamie just goes, you wouldn't be able to afford it, man, and drove up.
It's a $10,000 vape.
Yeah. 2 years of my life vape. That dude,
they get you monthly on those too. They charge you like $200 a month. They're on the fucking service fee or whatever the fuck.
Fucking prison industrial complex, man. Fucking
back in my day, drinking and driving was illegal. What was that? Remember that thing you sent me where it was like they were making it so you couldn't have open containers in vehicles? It was like in Kentucky or Louisiana or something.
Wait, could or couldn't?
Couldn't. It was in like the 80s or the 70s. It was some type of news clip, and they were like pulled up to the fucking local liquor store, and they were like interviewing people like, what do you think about the law where you can't drink beer in your truck no more? And he's like, I think it's bull crap. I deserve to have me a cold beer on the way home from work. And like everyone was like, yeah, I think it's ridiculous. This is America. I should be able to drink a beer on my way home. Like, and everyone was just shitting on the law, and it was just like,
that's fantastic.
It was like a viral thing that went around like Reels or TikTok or something like a month ago.
But it was like in the 70s.
It was
right?
It was an old news clip, and it was just like, yeah, you should be able to drink beers while you're driving. Like, and there was like some drive-through liquor store in the South, and they're like, what do you mean I can't drink my beer in the car no more?
That's like one of the beauties about driving out west. Like when I lived in Colorado, as long as you're not in the driver's seat, you're allowed to have open containers. Like we'd get paid on like Wednesdays or Thursdays, and whenever it was, we'd all load into the Tacoma. Like 7 people in the fucking Tacoma, people in the bed if there wasn't snow in it. We'd drive down to Frisco. Everybody would like load up with like liquor, and we just keep it in the bed. Then I'd drive up to where we lived. Everybody would unload the liquor. I'd go back to the parking lot, and everybody would grace me with like a few road sodas, because it's like a mile walk all the way back to like where the employees have to park and shit. But dude, those were like, you would be like, I never rode shotgun. I was always driving. But like my roommate John got like, he drank an entire fucking thing of Mad Dog one time, and then this kid that we just named him Bud what was the fucking spokesperson? Keith Stone. Keith Stone. We were calling him Keith Stone. And yeah, he was like, he would always get Keystones. And he was like, so Johnny drank like an entire Mad Dog, and then they fucking shotgun and while driving on a fucking snowy highway.
Mad Dog and Keystone.
And Keystone.
What a rough afternoon.
He was like fucking plastered by the time we got back there. And then we went out later. Dude, he was fucking sloppy as fuck, throwing up in the snow and shit.
Keystone, dude. I went through a brief Keystone phase when I was like 15. I was like, hey, it's good. It's cheap. Fuck it. Like,
send it.
I drank this one time. My girlfriend, when I was like 14 or 15, cheated on me with her ex-boyfriend. Like, when I say cheated, they like made out and went to Applebee's, and I was like, I'm heartbroken. But I remember
I'm gay.
I fucking was partying to get over the devastating loss of my freshman year girlfriend, and fucking we're out in Bridgeton, and I probably polished off about 16 Keystones. But just the taste of it was so bad, and I got so hammered, and then I called her and fucking like poured my heart out. Why was I good enough?
Babe.
I was so fucking hammered, dude. It was horrible.
Is he bigger than me?
But that was my one buddy at the time was a big Keystone dude. We were drinking Keystones all the time. That shit is like Coors Light but rougher. Like, it is so garbage. It tastes like you're drinking like river water, like mixed with piss. Like,
what's the worst beer you think that you've ever had?
Arrogant Bastard Ale without even like.
Is that an IPA?
It's like some IPA that's purposely made to be like horrible, and it's like 30%. It's like 9% or something. It's really strong, but that's like a novelty one that's supposed to be bad. As far as like regular beers, I don't know. I'm not like, I don't really like Heineken or like Stella, like the ones that dry your mouth out. I'm not really a fan on, but plain, it just, I guess, like, you know, Keystone, Busch Light, the standard cheaper, the real cheaper beers fucking are terrible. I did like PBR. I went on a PBR kick, but I think the cheap light beers, Busch, Keystone. I'm trying to think of the other one.
Well, do
like
they have
Ice.
it around here? Because like it was real popular when I lived in New York, but it's from up there. And if you remember where Opie went to college, which is Genesee, there's that Genesee Cream Ale, and there's
never heard of it.
Like it's real popular in New York, not like popular, but it's like their version of like Natty Boh, where it's like one weirdo like me.
That's the one I was trying to think of.
Natty Boh.
Natural Light.
Oh, Natural
Light is garbage. That's probably the worst one.
Yeah, it is.
Drank about 20 of those or 15 of those at Austin Meyer's house, like my freshman year.
Shout out.
I was thinking of this story the other day actually, because I saw the one kid somewhere in Ocean City that did it. He's like 30 something now with kids. It was like me, the Hudsons, Stu, Jan, Austin Myers, and then this other kid Andrew, and we're all peeing in Austin's backyard. And
in Austin's mouth. So we're all peeing on Austin.
It was a little fun game we played. We played like Asshole or some fucking fun fucking drinking game. It was actually a lot of fun, and I was like about to be sick. I think I did throw up that night. Everyone was just blacked out. Austin and them could drink. Anyway, we're all peeing in the backyard, and the one dude, Andrew, he walks over, and there's a little pond thing with like goldfish or whatever back there, and he just his right foot. It was wintertime too, just up to his fucking knees in water, and he just keeps peeing. And then there's like 8 of us just down the fence, like a line of us, like you would see like a fucking lineup, and everyone's like halfway through their piss. There's like Bruce Springsteen or something playing on the radio in the backyard, and he just goes, I just stepped in a fucking pond. Everyone there just starts cracking because we all heard it, but no one addressed it. And just like 30 seconds later, he says that, and everyone there just started fucking dying laughing. It was like the funniest shit ever, dude.
I just stepped in a fucking...
It's like such a dumb one-liner, but like in the moment, dude, it was the funniest fucking thing.
Yeah, like when there's that moment of silence where it makes the thing exponentially funnier because you don't want to talk about it, but then the one person that needs to address it,
it's just like I gotta fucking come clean.
I gotta step up to the plate on this one.
Austin was the best host. He would get you fucking hammered, and then he would like tuck you in and be like, "You good? You need water, bro?" Like he was like a really fucking...
He was a good rave mom.
Yeah, he was... I thought you said rape mom.
Yeah, rape mom. Stepmom. Austin got you stuck a lot of
No, he was the best.
He would tuck you in with your asshole hanging out.
Just his dink. You warm there back there, buddy?
You just don't wonder he's blacking you guys out.
Well, no, he was like the only one out of like me, Stu, and Jan, whoever was crashing there that could like handle his booze. We were like fucking just idiots at that point. So we would all be like blacked out and like sick, and he would have to like take care of everyone.
Man, what's funny is
like 6 a.m. you're still crushing natty lights and fucking running out, and you're like, we gotta go get more beer. It's just like, what the fuck is happening right now, dude?
I've gone through so many like fucking phases of drinking that I like have to like relearn how to drink every time, and then it's like I hit one time where I'd go too hard, and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that for a while anymore. And like the last time where I had, it was like I listened to the episode because I was like, oh yeah, that was a bad night. That was like I didn't drink for like a good 8 months after that. Was when I went and I got drunk with that guy who gave me his cowboy hat. But I recently was going through some of my Facebook shit because I'm trying to decipher Chinese and like trying to save things off of it that I want.
Decipher Chinese?
Well, because it's all still in Mandarin Chinese. Like every time I log on to Facebook, whether it be on the app or on fucking line, it's in fucking Mandarin Chinese. I don't know what fucking happened. I think it's because I gave my phone.
I thought like we talked about this a while ago, and I was under the presumption there was a bunch of like Chinese spam on there that you couldn't fucking get rid of. No, someone hacked you and changed your fucking
shit.
That's all right.
Yeah, oops.
That's fine.
It's never gonna get out of the snakeskin. God damn it! No, yeah.
So you got hacked and they changed.
Not hacked. It was so what happened was, you know how you do like a hard delete on your phone when you get a new phone? They didn't hard delete it. They just did a software delete. So what I assume is that somewhere in my phone it was still connected to the cloud, and then like all the shit is now updated and sent for like refurbishment to China. And it just like was like, oh well, now it's in China. So
you're supposed to reset your phone yourself.
You're supposed to like hard delete everything, and they didn't. They just did like a software delete.
Didn't?
Yeah, like the store just like packaged it up and sent it out. So like
I do that shit myself because I usually get it like through like you just order it online.
Yeah, and you do it.
They ship it back myself. And I'm always like super paranoid about that. I wipe that fucking bitch. You can just do like the hard reset or whatever.
Yeah, they did like they did like a software
They just
reset.
deleted all the apps and they're like, this is fine.
No, it was like a
saved all your dick pics.
It was like a software reset where like they like plugged it into something and it just like restarts. But then like I was like,
find my iPhones in fucking Beijing.
Yeah, it's like, well, like the fucking thing was like on a plane for a while too. So it was like clearly that's what happened. Like they sent it to like some fucking like software consolidator or something to like get it sent for parts or whatever.
So even if you log in on your desktop, it's in Chinese.
It still comes in Chinese. Like it's fucking annoying. Yeah.
I used to set my Aunt Carol's phone in Spanish. It's the best, dude.
It's a great prank.
It was like Korean, and the one time I couldn't figure out how to get, because remember on like old flip phones, every setting had a number, so you could just go into settings, and I remember
English is too.
I would hit like, 2 would be like display, and then 2 would be language, and then 3 would be that type thing.
Yeah.
And then I forgot, and I couldn't get it out of Korean for like an hour, and I was just like panicking. I was in trouble. Like
nice.
like,
clearly,
it was like funny. And then she
was
was like, fix my fucking phone, you fucking little shit. She didn't say that at all, but like you could tell like all the adults were mad at me, and I was just like,
joke wore off.
It was some like thing. It might have actually been 4th of July at like Lake Lenape or something. Circling back to 4th of July.
Nice.
And I was just in their Dodge Ram, and I fucked up, and it was like an hour of my day. It was like a knot in my stomach. I'm like, wait, how do I get this out of Korean?
They just leave you.
I left.
You're
it once
Indian
in
now.
Spanish. I just gave her her phone back, and then like my mom took me home, and I was like,
You got beaten.
no. I just like didn't tell her, and then like she was calling my mom like 30 minutes later. Like, how do I get this back in English? Like I was like, all right, see you, Aunt Carol. Left it on the table, and just like got picked up. And I was like, bye.
It would be funny
They
if she
lived
was
like far away.
Korean.
They lived like fucking. It's not Galloway. It's like one over. I don't know. Not Egg Harbor City. It's fucking on Route 40. It's on that guy's walk a ways back.
Good callback.
Yeah, but
That's funny.
that was the best. Just fucking with older adults, technology. And
Well, there's like times where I felt bad for like my grandma because like she was like the only one in my family that took the initiative to like learn how to use the internet. Like she bought like tapes, like VHS tapes to like learn how to use the internet, but it
it's
wasn't
a real old dude move.
Yeah, but like it wasn't because
Old lady move.
Well, yeah, like she just did. It's not because she wanted to. She had to for her job. She worked for the county, so like they had like she was like a clerk. They had something.
Imagine how foreign that had to be for someone who grew up with like literally no.
She was born
landlines.
in Russia when they still had a king, and she used to wash her clothes in the river that runs through St. Petersburg. And then when she's like 70,
They probably
they're
didn't even have a phone.
phone. They didn't have electricity. They didn't have
Holy
electricity
fuck.
until they got to fucking Boston, and like that was like the first time I think maybe on the boat, but like yeah, they saw like electricity like in places.
So what do you just use candles for light at night or something?
It's Russia, like whale oil. They just burn oil.
That's
and shit.
crazy. They got lanterns. And
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Like, so, but yeah, like they were like, my grandmother was like using a computer towards the end of her life, and like proficiently too. But like she worked for the county, so she was like, she had to learn it.
Yeah.
But just there was like a couple of times where like it wasn't me. I swear to God, it wasn't me. I never looked up porn on her computer or anything. But like like you would get like the pop up infection, and there's like the meme now where it's like when you log onto like someone that's like 65 or older's computer, and it's got like 9 fucking search tabs that are all like from like downloading shit. Like I think she was just like familiar with like ad block software and like antivirus software and shit, so she was just like perusing the web dirty.
Well,
and it was
and pop-ups were really bad back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, dude. They would just be porn. Sometimes would just randomly pop up on you. It was weird, like, and it would load real slow, and you just have all these real small like square windows to the side, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And you're trying to close it out, and they're just fucking keep going.
Well, like the search bar where it was like they're like you would whatever it was, like you'd click a website and it's like it would just add an attachment to your fucking search bar, and like my grandmother's was like 9 fucking long, and it was like someone play music, like someone like play the radio, so you'd log onto her computer, there'd just be like music player and get someone yelling at you. Like, it was just fucking like it was just chaos. But yeah, she got a Mac, and then that like cleared all that shit up. Like that's easy for old people. Like I think
it is like a very
iMac. Yeah,
Apple is just like an easier operating system,
super
for
user
older.
friendly.
Yeah, that's. My grandmom hated her Galaxy, and I wanted to be like, just get like an iPhone 10 or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's just real cut and paste. You know what I mean? You don't gotta but she still rocks the clamshell.
I mean, the reason I went to the store, I didn't just do what you do and send it in the mail, was because I was looking for the Nokias, because they have like the Nokias now that are coming back in the
Are they smartphones or are they just like...
No, they're regular ass bricks. I wanted a fucking brick because I could just do everything. Well, up until because of the phone, now my Facebook is in Chinese. I would have just handled everything through that, like through Messenger, and then you get an iPad that has like a subscription plan, and then you just fucking, because I would just use the iPad around the house.
What do you need a subscription plan for the iPad?
Like you get like a phone plan, so you could use it out in the wild. But like I would just keep it like get like a basic ass bitch subscription plan.
The plan would be to like use your phone less, and now you would just have a big iPad and a flip phone.
Well, just like I would keep it like I wouldn't.
It's like Ari being like, I don't use my phone, and apparently he was just asking other comics all the time to borrow their phone so he could tweet, and it's like, dude, you're just as fucking guilty. Like you're just inconvenient. It's like the guy who quit cigs, but every time he's around you and your group that smoke cigs, he's like, let me get one. Like,
you want to hear a fun story, Jake? I met an Italian guy in New Orleans that told me that that's literally what scrocca means in Italian.
Really?
It's like a day late and $1 short, or the guy that's like always bumming cigarettes off you.
I will give you credit though. You would always bum dabs and stuff, but you usually had your own smokes. Yeah. I don't remember much of you being a cig bummer. Westy was a big cig bummer, dude. He would always be that guy who was like, "I'm trying to quit," and he'd be like, "You're fucking crushing beers and hanging out," and he's asking like for like 6 cigs throughout the night. You know what I mean? He'd always be like, "Let me get another one. Come on, dude.
Smokes, let's go."
He's like, "I'm quitting." And I'm like,
"No, you're not.
You smoked half my pack, dude." And like, you don't mind giving someone a cig the first like couple, and then it's like, all right, you're on number like 4 now, dude. Let me get like $3. Like, he actually, I'll give him credit. He usually would pony up the couple bucks for his cigs, but the fucking there was always cig fucking bummers, dude.
You know what was funny was I don't know why cig bummers like.
And beer bummers. There's some. I don't even want to name names. I'll oust Westy there, but there's other people that I'm not really like tight with that I remember that I would be like, every time they would come over, I'd be like, let me get a cig, let me get a beer. It's like, I have my 11 beers for the rest of the night. Like, you cannot have one. Like,
this is mine.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like,
you can hit the bong, you can do whatever, but my nicotine and my alcohol is mine because I can't drive to get more. I'm fucking hammered. Dude.
This is mine. Just leave it alone.
It's in my budget. Well, bring your own beer.
There's like something like I expertly have. I don't know if it's just me or like, because you do it too. Like we all have had interactions on the Atlantic City boardwalk with the homeless, but like the homeless like trying to get cigs off you is usually like a good deterrent from them asking for money. So I'll go to that first usually. But like there's like when I was with Jen, we were up on the boardwalk and we had it in our head that whatever reason on a Wednesday night in fucking February that boogie nights would be open. Or excuse, not even February, December. We thought boogie nights would be open. And
sometimes they're open if it's like a semi-busy night.
It was not.
You might have had better luck on like a Thursday or something.
Yeah, we were completely SOL and walked.
There's probably no club open on Wednesday.
There wasn't. It was like
we do that gay lounge bar at Trop.
Well, that was just it. We went to like we were at Caesars and then went to dinner and got like hammered and we're like, well, now we're just drunk. Like she's like, let's go dance. I'm like, well, I don't think there's anywhere open. So we just walked on the boardwalk down from Caesars to Tropicana in like 12-degree weather, and it's windy.
We've made that walk many times.
Dude, but it's like not with like a girl you're trying to impress. There was like we could take a cab, and she's like, no, this will be fine. And then like we get like 3/4 of the way there, she's like, this was a horrible idea. And I was like, we can take a cab back. And then like we go to Tropicana. Sure enough, the fucking place is closed. So she's like, all right, well now what? And I'm like, well, we can walk back. So
there had to be somewhere to dance in Atlantic City that night.
No, we tried
off the beaten path dive bar.
We tried everywhere. We even tried down the Baltimore Grill, and they were like, "Get fucking wrecked, pussy." Like,
why would you try and dance there?
It was like the only place that was open. Like Ducktown too, but like they ain't fucking anything going on in Ducktown ever.
Could have taken her like Caroline's or something.
I was trying to take
the dance floor in SP.
She actually. She suggested we should go to Bear Exposures, and then I was
throw her up on the stage, dude.
I was like,
Daddy, a couple bucks.
I was like, if you're interested, we could absolutely go to Bear Exposures. She was just like, no, not now. But we were like walking on the boards, and this bum comes up to me, and she like I already had like the cig in my hand and like everything ready to go, and she's just like, what are you doing? And I was like, just watch. And the guy was like, hey man, I'm down on my luck. And I was like, man, I don't have any money.
Trying to get a bus to New York to see my family.
Fucking exactly that spiel, man, dude. The bus is fucking expensive these days. I'm like $8 short. I was like, I don't have any change on me, but here's a cigarette. My man, thank you. And then just carried on. She was like, that was so smooth. And I'm like, yeah, you just gotta like know how to deflect.
Give him something, dude.
Give him enough
Pack of fucking peanut butter crackers and a water bottle, dude.
Dude, every now and then I'll just have like loose change and be like, all I got, buddy, take it or leave it. And they usually spring for it.
Hell yeah.
Like
87
peasy.
cents, find a couple dimes on the ground.
There you go.
Give me a fucking $1 bag.
Yeah. Fucking one rock of fentanyl, please.
Dude, what a fucking
Miserable existence.
I was gonna say, what a fucking brutal. Like, no, all of your money's just going up your nose or in your veins, and you literally have nowhere to sleep at night. You're just like, I'm gonna sleep on this bench. You're just in the wild. You're a feral human being. I
listened to Shane Gillis's special again just because I was bored the other day at work, and I fucking like it. He's like, yeah, when you get to a certain point of junkiedom, it's like you just go on quests.
That's the best.
It's like they get pretty dark. It's like
they start out fun and
get
then like
copper,
yeah,
and then you got to get titty fucked behind the Home Depot. It's accurate. That's what Randy was up there.
Yeah, those guys are always busy, dude. Just fucking, that's a great bit.
They take a lot of naps for busy people, which is fucking accurate as fuck.
I don't think this homeless guy that I always see around here in like Marmora, Ocean City, Summers Point, I don't think he's a heroin dude. I think he's a booze dude. Yeah. But I was grocery shopping last night at the local shop, right? And I had to pee really bad. And I'm making my way over towards the bathroom, and this homeless, smelly guy that looks like he wears a hat that he looks like he's like a boater or something. Like, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Captain?
He's the guy who also used to
all hands on deck, it's the Admiral.
The USS fucking Svedka. No, but
I see you're also a mate on the Drambuie.
Moseying over to the bathroom in front of me. I'm like, fuck. And then that whole corner where like the bagels and the bread are and stuff, that whole area smelled like piss, dude. So bad. Did he piss himself over there? I don't know what happened, dude. My face hurts from laughing, dude. But it smelled.
Did he make it to the bathroom, or was there like a trail?
But then there was 3 people waiting in the bathroom, and like I think he just wafted up that area.
Oh,
so bad. Like, that whole area just smelled like a porta potty.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh, dude, that guy stinks. He was the same dude where in front of Wawa like a year ago, he was on his bicycle and like his bike fell over or the kickstand broke or something. He just started shouting the N-bomb like really loud. And this is like 4 p.m. on like a weeknight. Like people are coming and going. There's a lot of people there. This guy's like, you fucking N-word bike. Like, was just calling his bike the N-word.
It's the appropriate response.
And like, I love a good N-bomb, but even it was so much that I was uncomfortable. Like, I was going excessive. Full care, and I was like, I'm offended, dude. You gotta chill.
That's
There's children here. There's black children here.
My baby. How's my baby doing?
Who's a good girl?
She's having fun up here. She likes this new fucking studio because she's at our level and she can get on mic. What do you got?
I forget what got me even onto that.
I don't know. Homeless people.
Yeah, homeless people. Homeless people smelling. Local. I think he's the one homeless dude in Upper.
He's not a homeless guy, but there's a guy that waved at me yesterday, and goddamn if I did not wave right back at him. It was this the black guy in a very snazzy blue Adidas tracksuit, and he was walking down Old Tuckahoe, like, you know where Church Road is. Or the church on Tuckahoe and Old Tuckahoe, and then you make the right and go. It takes you to the light where Kirk's is.
Yeah.
So he was walking by the church right there between the post office and the church parking lot, and he was waving at all the cars. And
a nice neighborly wave.
Just a nice neighborly wave, and I waved.
Scoping out the neighborhood. He's like, I'm going to steal all the change out of your cars tonight.
I'm going to steal your catalytic converter. Which, by the way. God damn, I'm not going to put his like dirty laundry on there, but my neighbor, who I mentioned on here before, someone stole his fucking hubcaps while his fucking truck was parked in his driveway.
Right over here?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He had fucking junkie motherfucker. Like,
he had someone, remember he had this little light thing in front of his house? It was when you thought your shed got broken into. They stole like his like LCD light display for his driveway. And he's like, it was like, this was like $15 on Amazon. Who the fuck steals like my driveway lights?
He said that they dismantled the cord or something like that because it like faces his house, but it's like, even so, there's other lights that face the house.
I wonder who did that. Like, is it someone that like knows him, or was it just like some random passerby?
It's probably like some fucking tweaker that's up at like 2, 3, 4 in the morning that's just walking down the street and like sees, oh, that's a shed. Because like, I mean, if you come by here, there's not usually a light on. Like even when I'm here, it doesn't look like the house is
I wasn't even talking about the shed. I was talking like his hubcaps. Like,
yeah.
Does he think it's someone that he knows did that?
It's got to be some random fucking opportunist, because he was telling me his brother's fucking neighborhood, there's catalytic converters getting stolen all over the fucking place. Someone's stealing.
Where's his brother live?
Somewhere in Beasley's Point. I think.
Really?
Yeah, there's like Beasley's Point, Summers Point are hot right now.
Oh yeah, he does. His brother does live in Marmora there.
Yeah,
he lives right by like Ocean City Home Bank area. It's like basically Beasley's Point.
But that like they're saying that there was like a shit ton of catalytic converters and cars getting broken into and shit. It's like it's just opportunists. It's like people that know that you like your car doesn't have an alarm
low suspicion area too.
Like low chance of getting shot at.
I leave my car unlocked with the key in the ignition, like with my wallet.
It is out there right now with the. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Westy, he'll fucking come by and steal my truck. Goddamn Japanese truck.
The keys in my motorcycle right now too. Like, that's wild.
Yeah. Well,
shit, every now and then there is some spurts of break-ins in the cars around Upper, but that's usually just some junky shit. But the catalytic converters, that's usually some like not organized shit, but like a step above like crackhead, you know what I mean? Just going for change. Like that's like this guy's really going for it.
That's somebody that's like planning on doing multiple of these and like, they're trying to get fucking
make
paid.
Like $5,000.
Yeah, they're trying to get paid. Like they're not just some opportunists. Like it's like tweaker behavior more than it's like crackhead behavior, but still like up that like it's more.
Are his hubcaps valuable? Or
I have no I don't think so.
It's such a weird.
He said $25 a pop, which makes me like think that it's like just some stock ass hubcaps, but like still that would still have resale value like to.
On eBay, just $50.
Even scrap probably too. Like it's a Chevy. It's got a lot of metal on it. Like I mean, it's a ridiculous fucking thing. That's
so weird to like. This is a main road. Like who the fuck is walking down here?
Dude, there was
Tucko fucking.
There's been people walking up and down my fucking road like at weird hours of the night lately, and I'll just be up. Like she'll alert me that somebody's like up, and I'll go out on the porch, and they don't fucking see me till the light turns on. And I'll just go out there and stand in the dark for a couple of seconds. They'll hear something, like look up and like get all spooked. Like I don't think people think that they realize like that we see them walking on the highway. And like they hang out in the woods and shit all the time. Like back on Bailey Road in the hunting preserve. Actually, that was I guess like a little bit. When I was like 50, or no, I must have been like 17 or 18. When I was like a teenager and I just got my license, I was like taking my chick out there into the woods to fuck. And we happened on like some people fucking like shooting up in the woods, and we're like there was like a fucking red sedan that doesn't look like someone like from around here, and it's like parked in this like real inconspicuous spot, and I was like, who the fuck is that? And I like pulled up real slow and real close with my lights on, and I put my high beams on, and then their head popped up, and I'm like, oh shit, like it's probably someone like taking a nap, and then like I'm like, wait a minute,
taking a nap?
No, they're probably taking like a dope nap. Took a little fucking bit of the arm candy.
Our buddy Chris that like went to jail for heroin, he was like breaking into cars and stuff. He warned me to stay out of the game reserves at night because like shady people like hang out there and like.
Oh yeah.
But I always go to the game reserve and drive around and smoke weed at night.
If you're not,
I've never seen a heroin person like in a car at night. Like you know what I mean? I've never seen anything that weird there at night. But
if you're not looking for him, I think you turn your mic off.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, there's a button on it.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, like. You're speaking to it.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Penis.
All right, you're good.
There's a button.
Yeah, right there. That. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. See. I think it just like jostled that or something like that. But yeah, But I've seen like multiple sketchy people in the hunting preserve at all hours, but mostly at night. Like
usually
like,
it's just like older boomers like walking their dog or something. Like not like it's not.
You talking about across the street, like the Tuckahoe by the sign?
I meant during daytime where you just see people like usually just doing outdoorsy shit. At night though, I haven't really seen. But like usually just people driving through and they're probably just smoking a blunt like I am. I mean, I've never.
But are you going to that one or are you going to Bailey Road? Because I've
gone through both.
Bailey Road's not like it's not a marked hunting preserve, but it is a hunting preserve. It's still part of that game preserve or whatever. And like people don't really like realize like that's like an unmarked road from the other direction. And like I've pulled in there real hot and fast, and people just think that it's like I don't know, like somebody's like side private property or whatever, and get like maybe like 150 feet off it and like chill there, and I'll like be driving through going like 25-30 miles per hour, be like, whoa, what the fuck. Like there was this one time there was like clearly a chick that was going back there to cop dope. Like she met a car back there.
That is a great drug dealing spot.
Yeah, it is. It's like, it's not a bad
you both pull through and you just both go the opposite way, dude. Good to go.
There was not an Escalade, but like an SUV, like a nicer, a higher end luxury SUV that came from one direction, and then from the other direction, like that passed me from behind, and then from the other, like he was going to meet, and then the person that he met drove past me a little while later, and it was this chick in like a real beat up Jeep Liberty with like bags under her eyes and like just really pale and kind of this like look on her face.
How long ago was this?
This was when I was walking in the woods, so like probably like 2021, 22 maybe.
I got accosted by the unofficial neighborhood watch in my grandmom's neighborhood last week.
Really? What for?
So I was out that way late at night, and I had taken her to the boardwalk that afternoon, and we got 3 brothers and didn't finish it, so there was like
how did it feel to have 3 brothers inside you?
It was very good. There was like 2 slices of pizza that I left in her van by accident, and like I was out that way, and I was like, well, I could use a little midnight snack, so I drove over. Van's unlocked, just go in the van, get my pizza. I park on a side, like I didn't want to like scare my grandma. It was like 11 or 12 at night, you know what I mean? So I just parked on the next street over, like on a little side street in the cut, and I was just sitting there eating my pizza. And then I'm like, let me walk the dog around the block before I head home and, finish my roach while I'm fucking doing it. And I've spooked this car pulled in, and I guess it spooked them because my car was just parked on like a side street with nothing around it, and like I'm just walking down the street, and they like fly over to me, and I'm just like, oh, here we fucking go. And I have a blunt lit like that, and I'm just like try to cuff it in my hand, smoke's going off and shit. They pull like right up to me, and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, walking my dog. They're like, do you know whose car that is? And I'm like, it's mine. Why? Did like I leave a light on or something? She's like, who's in the car? And I'm like, no one should be. Is there someone in my car? Like, it's my car. Like, what the fuck? They're being super sus, and they're like, I was like, my grandmom lives on the next street over. Like, I'm walking my dog. Like, they're like, oh, okay. Like, we just, we see a strange car. Like, we think someone's scoping out the neighborhood. I'm like,
okay, boomer.
I get it because there is sus people like that, but it's like,
yeah.
I'm like, the only thing I've ever stolen is booze from my grandma's liquor cabinet when I was a teenager. Like, I've never stolen anything. I don't like stealing. Like, I'm just like, I'm not going to break into your, like, I know, like, likely story, buddy. But, like, I'm like, I hate feeling like a criminal when you're not even doing anything wrong. Because, like, like you said, strange people walking down the street at night. When I'll go to my mom's late at night sometimes, and before I go home, I'll walk Rocky down Route 610. And, like, the other night, I'm like halfway down 610 towards like Route 50, and I'm like gonna turn around. He's standing there sniffing something, and he's kind of taking his sweet ass time. And I guess there was someone outside, or like that I was spooking them, and I just hear like a gate like slam, like on purpose, like they were trying to like get me to fuck off. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not. It was like 2 a.m, but it's like I'm literally just walking my dog. I'm not and here. I hate because it's just an odd hour, and like you just feel like sus. Like, I'll take them. I don't want them to like piss off my landlords or neighbors, so like I'll take him to a random neighborhood at night to walk him, just so like he doesn't go nuts, because there's a lot of stray cats and he goes nuts, and it's like my landlord's got to get up for 5 a.m. for work. I don't want to piss him the fuck off, so I'll just go to like Southwoods, and that is like a ritzy neighborhood. And then I'm always worried, like, do I look sus because I just park in the opening of Southwoods and walk my dog around? Like, probably, but like,
who cares?
I'm not. Yeah, it's like I was like annoyed. Like, I was like, oh, it's cool you guys do this. Like, my grandma lives here. Like, keep an eye on the neighborhood or whatever. But I was just like, who the fuck are you? Like, I'm just walking, dude. Like, I'm walking here.
There's this guy. I won't like tell you where. It's somewhere around here. Like, if you know where I live, it's one of the developments near where I live. It's not Westy, so it's the other one that's across the street.
Across the street.
That one.
Yeah.
So the guy that is the only cop that's ever arrested me lives in that development. And back during COVID, I started walking in the woods, and it's like a 2-mile walk every day that I would do. But like some days, like I would just be tired from work, and I'd be like, I'm sleeping in, fuck this. So, and then it would get too hot, and I wouldn't want to walk in the woods when it was too hot, and like there's bugs and shit.
It's not fun.
It's not pleasant. Like, it's very humid. So I would wait till after work, and then it's like, okay, woods, don't want to do that because like branches.
Creepy as fuck.
Well, creepy, all like fine. I don't mind. Like I would always walk in my
headlamp or something,
something to like keep it illuminated. But I just thought it was more for like I walked around there enough where there's like I see the branches that fall, and if one of those like falls and I don't see it, like you're dead. Like that thing will kill you. Like because it's
like
like
a tree is gonna fall on your head.
Believe it or not, Casey's brother died from that. I'm not even fucking with you.
Get the fuck out of here.
Not even kidding you. Yeah, her brother's fucking
Carolina Casey?
Yeah, her fucking brother died from a tree, and it's always been in my head.
Was he landscape? Was he logging or something?
I don't know. I think he was like in a car, and it was just windy, and the fucking bow just broke over his fucking car and crushed him. Like like I said, it's like one of those like really random things that now
I used
I'm
to
paranoid
chit chat
of.
with her all the time, and I guess that like never came up. Obviously,
she refused to come out one time during a hurricane because we were having a hurricane party. We were going bar hopping in downtown Raleigh, where it was elevated enough where you wouldn't have to worry about flooding. And she's like, "Well, I'd have to drive through an area that had a lot of."
Was that her
trees.
only sibling?
No, she has another sibling, but yeah, it was her
Jesus
brother.
Christ,
yeah,
dude.
like. Not to air her dirty laundry, but yeah, she basically won't like go when the weather, like she freaks out when the weather's
totally
too,
understandable.
And like now I'm paranoid of that shit too, because I'm like, all right, like if I could see it, it's one thing. I can like at least brace and like not like. But regardless, now I'm like paranoid of it. But anyway, so I was walking
things I was never worried about that I'm going to be worried about.
Exactly.
R.I.P. Casey's brother. That's fucking terrible.
So we were back like 2000, like 2020. I was walking at night. I wouldn't walk through the woods because of that paranoia. So I would walk through that neighborhood because you do 2 laps. It's roughly the same, like all the way around. It's like roughly the same amount of mileage. So I'm walking there one
It's
night.
lit. There's probably street lights and stuff. It's like it's nice to walk around a neighborhood, especially when you live on a main road like this.
Exactly.
I used to walk down to Winter Tour, which is like the first neighborhood by my mom's, and just walk that neighborhood just because it's like sidewalk and street lights. You know what I mean?
It's nicer than a highway at night, like where you're gonna get fucking plowed
trailers
down.
buzzing by doing 60.
Fucking Coca-Cola truck just takes you out. It's like, so oops, sorry, bud. Like they don't even drag you for probably a mile because they can't see you.
I've always been that guy who like I go like. When there's cars coming, you're walking down the highway at night. I go like into the fucking grass. Like, get me the fuck as far away as
get away.
Yeah.
But so that's why I walked over there. But the guy that like I know he lives over there. He one night started following me on his bicycle. Like, and I was like,
I really couldn't turn it off.
I was like,
he's a cop 24/7, baby.
I was like, dude, he's one of those dickheads too, where he's like, he just
I'm
like
in pursuit.
Yeah, he's like clearly at one of his
Suspect.
neighbor's house, like drinking or something like that, and then like he had to ride his bike from his neighbor's house to there. Sees me walking, and there's like, oh, an opportunity for me to be neighborhood watchman, and then like comes over and just starts breaking my balls. Like, what are you doing around here, buddy? And I'm like, taking a walk, buddy. And he's like, and I'm kind of hitting him with the same like sarcastic enthusiasm right
They
back.
don't like that.
But
Cops
like I didn't escalate it. I just kept giving him like dumber and dumber questions till he basically realized didn't want to deal with me anymore. Like so, but yeah,
did you say like, hey, I live across the fucking street?
Him, so he already knows who I am. He's arrested me before, so he knows. Like it's like I didn't even get a hey, you're familiar. As soon as he saw who I was, he's like, I know who you are, but he wants to continue breaking my balls.
Is he an Ocean City cop?
Yeah, he's the one that arrested me.
Gotcha.
And he fucking like so anyway, he fucking like he started like, oh, so like what are you doing out here? I was like, I normally walk in the woods. Tonight, couldn't walk in the woods. Don't want to be in the woods in the dark, so I'm walking where it's well lit. You guys have a sidewalk. I'm staying on the sidewalk. I'm just walking around. He's like, because normally, like, I was like, and he gave me something about like normally you can conduct that activity during the day or whatever. And I'm like, fuck.
I was working today.
I was like, well, I was at work, buddy. I don't just dress like this because it looks cool. I did get off work, so I'm taking a stroll. And then like he kept questioning me.
Get my steps in, man. Trying to watch my gut.
Then eventually, like, I just hit him with so like crazy weather we're having, like with that exact amount of enthusiasm, and he just was like, okay, like just have a safe night. Like I'll, like just
got my eyes on you, bud.
Basically, like let me, like I got on Snapchat, cussed out, like fuck that fucking pig, man, fuck you. But yeah. But like it was
While
like
he's still in earshot.
Exactly like one of those things where you said where it's like they just make you feel like they add a layer of like criminality to you just walking around and doing something. And Joe Rogan said it best, and he was referring to the Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman thing, where he's like, you as a cop have an obligation to be a liaison as like not only law enforcement, but you have to be a liaison to the community of like the morals that there's a reason you want to be in this community. You're abiding by those morals. You're agreeing to a certain set of societal contracts by being there. The cops are there to uphold where people feel like they can infringe on that. And it's like, I don't agree with that wholeheartedly, but the liaison part where he's like, go out of your way to get to know people in your neighborhood. Go out of your way to try and forge relationships so that when the cops are coming, it's not, oh shit, the cops are here. It's like, oh, Steve's here. Like, if there's a problem.
It's kind of like that in the inner cities where it's like, or at least it's portrayed that way in like television film where it's like they have like personal relationships. Like it's a neighborhood cop.
Yeah, and like you get people that are from the neighborhood generally they'll put people in a precinct that they're local to because they know not only the people but they know how to get around better than like just throwing a rookie into
community policing.
Yeah, so but like around here, like you said, we got the starter barracks and it's everybody that's got like fucking chips on their shoulder.
20-year-old robots that just want to make arrests and fines. I saw an older man in a construction truck and pulled over on Roosevelt Boulevard this morning, and the kid that was pulling him over looked like he was fucking 22 years old, and like you could just, this guy has probably been a contractor for like 30 years. Like he's probably got fucking just rough hands. He's probably just like, what the fuck?
Good morning, Sir John Jefferson from the state police.
It's just like, go fuck yourself, kid. Like, why are you fucking, I got work to do, man. Like, why are you breaking my fucking balls because I was on my phone at the fucking light or something? It was probably something dumb, like a seatbelt infraction. Like, right. It was a big dually F-350 with like 2x4s on the top and like some,
got somewhere to
weathered.
Be.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like, fuck off, dude. It's the biggest fucking bullshit. But they got me feeling like a criminal at ShopRite last night where the self-checkout there now, it makes you, before when they went bagless, you didn't have to put anything in the bagging area.
Right.
Now they updated it. You have to put each item in the bagging area. It sucks. It's just like Acme's now. It's fucking gay. But for some reason, I scanned the broccoli or whatever and then put it in the bagging area, and it's like unexpected item in bagging area. So I just like took it out, and like it was like, please return item to bagging area, and it just went on like this weird loop, and it just like it made me call someone over.
Yeah, and it gets like louder.
And she's like, did you scan the broccoli? And I showed her, and she's like, did you scan those peppers? And I'm like, I'm going through my list now. I'm like, yes, I scanned the fucking bell peppers. Like, I'm not trying to steal from ShopRite. I'm just trying to get the fuck out of here. And she checks over, like scrolls down my list and is like looking at all the items that I scanned. I'm like, are you fucking serious? And she's like, all right, you're good. I'm just going to stand here and watch the rest of the time. And stood there and watched me. I had a bunch of like body armor. So it's like a Gatorade style drink. They're individual. So I'm just scanning like 20 of these one at a time, and she's just standing there watching me do it. And I'm like, are you fucking like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I'm sure that theft is a thing in self-checkout, but like, again, like I pay, like, I spend like hundreds of dollars here weekly. I'm not trying to steal a fucking broccoli florets from you guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the dumbest fucking, like,
the fact that
I get that y'all deal with criminals and thieves and people trying to fuck you over, but like, I'm not that guy. Leave me the fuck alone. Like, I'm not trying to steal from you. I probably overpay, if anything.
No,
like,
the fact that they do that where you're paying the prices that you're paying, and it's like they make you still do like 50% of the labor. Like,
they don't make you. I voluntarily go to self-checkout.
I voluntarily go to self-checkout as well, but I mean more that like they make you do that, like that rigmarole. If it's like I'm a good person, I could just scan the item and put it back in my cart, but for whatever reason you guys make it I have to put it on this weird weighted platform that weighs to make sure that it's like a scale to make sure that I'm not stealing anything. And if like so much as the corner of a bag of fucking chips is over the fucking edge, it starts going off like a siren.
Yeah.
And then the goofy gay guy that likes me for whatever reason at the fucking Acme comes over and talks my ear off for 15 minutes about
goofy gay guy.
Yeah, he's like a daytime employee. He's a nice guy. He's really nice. I'm not like gonna talk shit.
It's always this like stoner skateboarder looking teenager there for me. And he's like, "What's up, bro?"
Oh, what's up, bro?
Thanks, bro.
Redhead broccoli cut.
No, I know him too.
No,
this kid's got long hair.
He's a good egg, that kid. I was actually, I don't even know his name, but shout out Broccoli Cut, because he was cool the other day. He helped me out with everything. We were talking dogs. He's got a good dog. He's got a
I love
mix.
Acme because it's just more low key.
Yeah,
you like rarely run into people there, but ShopRite is cheaper, dude. Cold cuts at Acme, it's like $15. I got a pack of bologna at ShopRite for $3. So it's like, I'm getting fucked over here at Acme, dude.
I got cheap chicken Monday the other day, and I was like, wow, look at the savings I'm getting. And then that chicken was like so fucking shitty. I was like, I almost would pay.
Was it Acme?
It was their the deal they were on where you get
buy 3 get 2 free, and
it's like per pound on the chicken nuggets. You get like, it's like if you get like a pound or something like that, they extra, like if you get
chicken
2
nugget.
Yeah, you got extra.
I actually ate them yesterday. The bargain chicken nuggets.
Yeah,
Tina's grandparents had them.
They're good.
They're pretty decent.
They're good for
honey
what
mustard.
Yeah, good for what they are.
It's a good little snack.
I was I got pretzel dogs because I'm a child, dude.
That's the best when you just hit the frozen food aisle and you're like, I'm an adult, But I want bagel bites.
Well,
no one can tell me I can't have bagel bites.
All right, so here's a thing where I feel like I'm up on my soapbox with this shit. But like, first of all, where do you guys get off cereal companies charging people $9 for a box of fucking cereal?
It's gone up that much.
It's $9 for like a family, like not even like the family size box where it's like the pound or whatever. It's like
the medium
12
middle.
ounces of fucking cereal, which is like, I don't know.
Used to be like $4.99.
Yeah, like should be $3.99 probably. Like, and then you got the normal size, which should be $1, like $2.
It's literally like $2 worth, and it's probably $5 now.
Yeah, like the big bag or big box of cereal is like seriously like $9 now. So I went to Dollar General and I found the bags that they have 2 for $6. You get a pound each. I was mixing Dino.
I think we talked about this on here
did
last
we?
week.
Oh shit! All right, whatever. Fuck.
Keep going.
But no, anyway, just I got the fucking Dino.
You got the fucking store brand, the Po' Boy fucking
I got
cereals.
the generic homeless fucking Captain Crunch, and then mixed it with
It's like
Dino.
Captain Sailor or something.
Yeah, I think it's called like Tremendous Crunch or something like or Fantastic Crunch. And then there's like Dino Bites, but they're not dinosaurs. It's just Fruity Pebbles with marshmallows in it, and the marshmallows make no sense too, but they make
generic cereal is fine.
It's fantastic.
Like, it's good.
It gives me diarrhea just like the fucking expensive stuff. It's fucking awesome. Oh man, speaking
Cereal's a dark rabbit hole you can go real deep in, dude, because you can just be munching some cereal, dude. I'll eat a whole, not the family size box you said, but like the $1 box.
Yeah,
you can crush one of those in one sitting.
That's not even a fucking.
Like, that's like 2.5 bowls.
That's
like,
a serving size.
Couple bowl packs. That's the type of bowl packs I want.
That's
dude.
one movie's worth of cereal. Like, and then you're gonna eat popcorn.
Oh, you're crunching down on cereal, watching movies, dude. That's better than popcorn.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I had popcorn and cereal the other day while I was
even
watching.
thought of that.
I watched The Big Lebowski. That was what I was enjoying.
Just munching some fucking cookie crisps, some fucking some dollar crisp,
some dollars, just eating change.
some cookie crunchy or fucking generic name.
Teeth are all.
We're talking about. I think we talked about on here the off-brand sodas too, like Mountain Charge or whatever it was.
Yeah,
back in the day.
Mountain Maze.
I was talking to Tina last night about how like. I think soda's so much better like in the can because I got warm drinks and then we poured them in a glass on ice and it just was like flat in like 2 minutes. And, like,
everything's better up the ass, Jacob.
Yeah, it's my favorite. You've been taking a lot of fucking butt jokes today, dude. It's kind of you.
I missed you. I had a lot of things inserted into me.
It was just remember going over someone's house as a kid for dinner and they like it would just be like the 2 liter of fucking like Mountain Charge or like 2 liter of Pepsi that they're passing around like. That shit sucks. Dude.
Yes, it
Fuck
did.
2 liters, dude. That's garbage. Like, even my grandparents always had 2 liters. Give me a crispy fucking can of Coke or fuck your mother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll get down with Pepsi if it's all you got, but like.
And then you got your friends' parents that are stingy fuckers that get that Soda Stream shit. And it's like, oh, we're going to drink iced tea that's carbonated. No, like they never
I've
make.
never
They
had
never
a Soda Stream.
Dude, we had a friend okay, first off, the friend that had the Soda Stream, his parents used to dishwash Solo cups. That's the caliber of humans we're talking here.
My
That's
grandparents dish.
Oh, man.
They didn't even dishwash.
They hand wash Solo cups.
Hand wash, not Solo cups, but plastic silverware.
Oh, dude, that too.
And I would get upset. I said, if we're gonna wash this and save it, why don't we just use real silverware?
Yeah.
Why? The point of this silverware is so you don't have to wash anything.
Yeah.
Why are we and now this white fork has this weird orange tint
It
to it.
smells
from the
like Chinese food when you're eating fucking bacon. Like
This is not supposed to be reusable. They had the nice clear ones from like Sam's. Like
they just get cloudy instantly,
Yeah,
and it's like you're just like I didn't want to eat pasta primavera twice, but it's all stuck to the
Are
other
we homeless? Why are we washing plastic silverware?
dog. It's so fucking embarrassing.
It's just a real
But,
they're
like-
not even from the Depression era, but that's some real Depression era style shit. So
Like, say-
why don't you just use a real fork if you're gonna wash it?
These my friend, it was like you go over and it was like they were the people too where they had drawers, but once the dishwasher was done, you just leave the door open and pick and then replace.
Oh, I'm a big time that guy.
So you
Big
get
time that guy.
dishwasher. It's like a hot
I'm
summer.
living out of the dryer with clothing.
Hot
Like
summer day, you come over to his house. Oh, let's crack open a nice cold can of Coca-Cola. Oh no, we got Soda Stream 2 liter. Okay, what's the flavor? Lemon, seltzer, and like fucking like piss orange. Well, orange is the closest to a soda flavor I'd like. Like, you don't just have regular, like, root beer or something. Nope, just piss orange, lemon, and seltzer. All right, piss orange it is.
And did it taste like one of these? Like, it wasn't good.
It was just like was the most artificial, like, not a good, like, not Orange Crush or like High C. It was just like fake artificial flavoring where it was just like, it didn't taste orange. It
tastes like medicine.
Yeah, like kind of like Robitussin.
Orange Motrin.
So, yeah, exactly. Just fucking ground up Tylenol.
Do the Motrin challenge and die like that dumb fucking idiot. See that 13-year-old? Oh, your Facebook's in Chinese, so you get no news. But fucking,
that's mostly
some 13-year-old kid that looked like me and Colton Menser combined.
Okay.
In Ohio somewhere, took like 15 Benadryls and then died.
Sweet.
It's some TikTok challenge.
Oh, sweet. Oh, just to try and take as many as you can.
It was something like that. Like, you're supposed to eat 14 out of the 16 in the pack or something, and then I forget if you're supposed to get high or do something, try and stay awake. I don't remember what the challenge is. Survive. Fucking
yeah, survive.
But then I was the only one who ha-ha'd it on the Press Atlantic City. It was fucking sad reaction.
Dog.
And there's all these people like, oh, there's adults influencing these children on TikTok. Like, this was an adult-made challenge. And it was just like, bro, even when I was 13, I never would have been like, let me eat a bunch of pharmaceuticals and see what happens. Like, no. That shit always scared me. Like, I don't want to die from fucking taking too many Tylenol. Like, it was always like, Mom, how many Tylenol can I take? And they're like, you could take 2. And it's like, all right, I'm going to take 2. Like, it was never like, let me eat 14 of these Benadryl. Like,
I was going to ask, were you like, you were at that age, because I was in college when it was going down, but like, you never got the blue whale, like, that never hit Ocean City, did it?
Blue whale.
Blue whale challenge?
No, everyone used to eat triple C's and be frying on some weird allergy medicine.
Yeah, the triple C's was a core seed, and it was fucking awesome. You take 30 of them and then just be frying nutsack. It's fucking awful.
Fucking Nick Tozer, this other kid Phil, and then someone else at Jan's house they all went to CVS, and like, they're all scared to buy them, and they all ate like the whole box of this.
You're supposed to.
We were just smoking weed and drinking. These kids were like frying nutsack. We were 17.
Yeah, you're
staring at Jan's fish tank for like hours, just like. I was like, y'all are fucked up. Like, y'all are weird. And then, like, by the end of the night, they were coming off of it, but they were still, like, kind of being weird. Like, just had, like, that afterglow, and they were just, like, staring off into space and shit. I'm like, I'm good. Like,
I don't need to do that. You guys are a perfect example.
Until I, like, flooded my brain with psilocybin like an idiot. I was a big time, like, I just need to smoke weed and drink. Like, I'm not fucking with any of that other shit. And, like, I wish I had stayed that way, because... I mean, no regrets, but like, I went off the rails in my early 20s and was like, I should have just stuck to the fucking Bud Light and fucking.
Well, not you. If you stuck to the Bud Light, you might become transgender, which is like it's a current way.
I was waiting for the gay joke when I said that.
Well, Dylan Mulvaney is now apparently a spokesperson for Tampax too, which is confusing as fuck.
Who the fuck is Dylan Mulvaney?
The Bud Light transy.
I have no idea.
Yeah, the
transy.
The transgender.
It reminded me of Mr. Mulvaney, the teacher's aide from the high school.
Yeah, it's his kid. You didn't know
he
that?
He kind of looked like a tranny himself.
Well, yeah.
I liked him when I was like 15.
Well, now you're a tranny. No wonder you were drinking Bud Light. You should have stuck to it.
I'm gay and trans and queer.
Keep talking. Do an ad read or something. I'm going to go pee. We got like another 30 minutes.
I'll tell the story about Mr. Mulvaney. I liked him. He was a teacher's aide for my English class in Mr. Bender, who was the fucking man. He was like a character out of That 70s Show. But Mr. Bender, his wife got sick, or he got sick or something, so he ended up missing like half the year because he health problems, and so Mr. Mulvaney had to take it over himself, and he couldn't. We were in a class of like 20 rowdy ass dudes, and like he couldn't handle it. He just snapped one day and like screamed at everyone, and, like gave everyone detention, some bullshit. But I didn't really mind the dude then. Then my senior year, he was the library fucking aide, and I had study hall first period. And every day, I had Mr. Galani for my study hall teacher. He was cool. He'd let me come in late. I'm a super senior. I got nothing to do. I'm coming in at the end of study hall. I don't need to sit here and study hall on my phone bored. Like, no point. So everyone kind of knew what was going down. But I would come down to the library last for study hall. And Mr. Mulvaney fucking tweaked out on me and reported me for coming in late every day, saying like, you bring the lists down last minute every day. Like, I know you're coming in late. And then he actually had them review the cameras and fucking like prove that I was coming in instead of say 8 a.m. when it was supposed to start. I was coming in at 8:45. God fucking forbid. And this guy fucking really broke my balls, and I had to come to fucking... for like a week there, I had to come to school on time, which fucking sucked. And then Mr. Galani devised up a plan where it's like, hey, if you're gonna come in late, just don't go to the library, and then he won't even know. So that's my story about Mr. Mulvaney. He was a real fucking like one of those guys that you could tell was just a fucking faggot when he was in high school and he got picked on a lot, and then he kind of abused his power complex once he was in that power position. Like,
well, now he's the spokeswoman for Bud Light. So
yeah,
what goes around comes around.
I wonder if he's like a senior citizen now. Like, it's weird. Like these people that were old when we were teenagers in high school, now like 10, 15 years has passed since we were in high school. It's like these people are like, we remember them at this age, but they probably look totally different now.
Yeah, they're probably
Senor
warped.
Geen, he's got to be dead by now.
I took French.
I think he's still alive. He was like 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot in the banana peel when I had him.
Damn.
It's like he was all like shaky and like walking around like in a wheelchair. He was the fucking man. But
there's like a memorial for my middle school history teacher, dude. You had Mr. Leonard when you were in there, because it's
heard of him but never had him.
Yeah, he was like, he retired I think like a year after I was in there, but like he had a really cool story about the JFK assassination, because like it was just one of those ones where they don't really make like everything's so like publicized now, like everything's like so like observed and like scrutinized, like with like social media and like everybody just having cameras and shit on your phone, that like you don't have to like really remember where you were when shit happens. It's like, I'll just go to my photos and it's like, I was exactly here at this place and time when shit happens.
When you were talking about 4th of July earlier, I was tempted to pull out my Snapchat and like go to that date in time so I could know what I was doing that day. Isn't that fucked up?
It is weird.
I really rely on that. Even in iPhotos, like you can do it too by the date.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what was I doing in August of 2020? And like you can literally, that's crazy.
Well, he just like, he remembers the day obviously, because it's like, you know, it's a pretty famous day. It's November 22nd 1963 I think was the day JFK got shot. And he was like a little kid. He was like maybe in like 5th or 6th grade, and
that was that generation's like 9/11. Like that was that big cultural.
He experienced Pearl Harbor when he was a baby. Or no, it wasn't. No. He wasn't a baby. That was a different teacher. That was Mr. Leonard. I had a teacher that experienced Pearl Harbor that was a baby, and he was like, I remember I wasn't talking, but I remember the news. But no, Mr. Leonard went to school, and then they were out at recess, and he set the scene like real, like he was like, it was like such a beautiful day. It was like, you know, it was just when it's starting to get cold, so like you and your friends are like getting excited because it's like you can smell the snow in the air, and like, you know, it's just about, you know, Christmas
break,
you know, well, Thanksgiving break or whatever, but it's like, yeah, like he's like just really like set the scene. And then they walked into school and the teacher just told everybody to like gather their things and go home, and he was like, with no explanation,
everything just shut down that
everything
day.
just stopped, and they went home. And his mom, he said, is like set the scene again. He walked in, and it was like, normally his mother was very somber or very lively, but she was somber and listening to the radio, and she was like, I wanted to let you know that the president had gotten assassinated and he was dead, and that Lyndon B. Johnson is the new president. And then he just apparently went to his room and like reflected on it, and I was like, that it's like such a weird story, but like the fact that like he like did such a good job of like ingraining that into my memory, that like whenever I see that memorial while I'm walking Cheyenne in the park, I'm like, I don't know why I think about that, but I do think about that.
You remember 9/11? We might have talked about it on here. You were in 4th grade.
5th grade, yeah.
5th. I was in 1st.
Yeah, I was in 5th grade when that shit happened. I was in Mrs. Dugan's class, and I remember that Kenny Young was late to school that day, and he came in and asked the teacher about it, and she's like, we're not talking about that.
No, I was in 2nd grade. Never mind.
Who was your teacher?
Mrs. Walden.
I had Mrs. Dugan when it went down, but she refused.
I was gonna say, I was like, if I was in 1st and you were in 5th, that doesn't make sense, because I was a freshman and you were a senior. So yeah, I was in 2nd. 2001. It makes 2nd grade just started.
Here's one that's.
I remember. Didn't they end? I think they ended school at a half day that day. No, full day.
Full day of school, because I had to go to Keys. They let us. They like let us out at like 2 or something like that, because they wanted everybody to get home like earlier. But like I was still in Keys, so my dad picked me up at 5.
My grandpa picked me up. Like I think it was like an early dismissal, and my grandpa picked me up, and I was like, "What's going on?" And he's like. He's like, we're going to war or something. Like he said something like that. Like it's like we've been attacked or something. I'm like, what? I'm like, I walked into my grandparents' living room in Beasley's Point, and my grandma was watching it on TV, like sobbing, and she was still hacking darts inside, just chain smoking cigs. They had like the big TV that wasn't like a flat screen yet. It was like that big square box. You know what I'm saying?
CRT.
And we were just sitting in the living room watching it, and like they were just showing the replays and all the shit, and like it didn't, like, I was like, oh, this is crazy, but like I was like, can I go ride bikes with Josh now? Like, it wasn't even like a big
you didn't even process.
Yeah, like it was just one of those. But I remember being in school, and I think Mrs. Walden was like upset or like tearing up, but like you have a bunch of fucking 8-year-olds there, like
it's hard to process.
I remember it clearly. Like I remember watching it on the TV and stuff, but like it didn't affect me at all at that age. You're at that age where it's just like, okay. And like, then my mom scared me about Bin Laden, because this was like, we're about to go to war with Bin Laden and stuff. She was trying to explain it, and she equated it to Hitler. She's like, oh, Bin Laden's like how Hitler was for the Jewish people.
Not even close.
Bin Laden's like that for us. Like, he wants to kill every one of us. And I was like, I feel really scared now. She's like, don't worry, we're gonna get him though. She's like, yeah, Bin Laden wants to kill you. That's basically. She's like, Bin Laden wants to kill everyone in America because they don't like our freedom or something. She was trying to put it in layman's terms for a little kid. Can't be easy. No. But she went right to Hitler. And she was like, Bin Laden's our Hitler, and this is our Holocaust.
Okay. There's a lot of bacon in our Holocaust, Mom.
Yeah, I was just like, wait, what? Well, and that didn't make me. I remember distinctly, it made me more scared. Like, it did not make me feel better at all. She's like, yeah, stay sharp, motherfucker.
Well, I see. I had the similar response to that because you were too young. You probably in kindergarten or whatever. So 99, you were what in kindergarten?
Well, Y2K.
No,
what happened in 99?
99 was Columbine. So
I don't even remember Columbine. Yeah, so I was in pre-K.
I was in second grade, and I remember that we were like, it was the end of the school year. Like, it was like winding down because it was April. It was today. Today's
that
the
was
third.
When school shootings were still fun.
Sort of. I mean, not really.
It was more of a novelty.
It was more of a novelty.
They were groundbreakers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they really set the bar too high because they were the first like video game generation. And they wanted to demonize them for playing Doom. That was like the thing, but.
I'm sure it had an effect.
Well, I remember being in school and then them saying that somewhere else somebody shot up a school, and me being like, what, like the middle school? And they're like, no, it was in Colorado. And me like being young and not having any idea where Colorado is. I just assumed it was another country. So I didn't know until like I was probably like 14 that Columbine happened in the U.S. And that was why everybody freaked out.
You're so smart and you're so dumb when it comes to other things.
Because I would say things about like, I'm going to shoot this place up or something like that. And I said it in school a whole bunch when I was a kid, and people were like, you can't say that. I was like, why? And they're like, Columbine. And I'm like, we're not even there.
That's another country.
It's like across the ocean. Like, I don't even.
It's in China, dude.
Yeah, like, dude, who cares what's going over in fucking Africa?
You're so fucking dumb. Yeah, one of those things that I always wanted to. I know you couldn't say it, but I wanted to say bomb in an airport. And she'd be like, oh. When you're like 10, they're like, you can't say that.
I got in trouble with my mom. There was no legal repercussions.
Yo, this is the bomb.
Oh,
this sandwich is bomb.
Oh, dog. Yo, man, this is
being a little shit when you're that age.
Exploding with flavor. No, well, I was like, when I was like 7 or 8 years old, we were in Atlanta with my parents one time, and I fucking walked up to one of those little emergency boxes in a parking garage where it's like you hit it and like it forwards it to the police. Yeah, I walked up to it, hit it, then ran away, and it's like I thought it was just gonna go like, you know, like 911 or like just like whatever, like it would just be like a person. Alarm. No, it like yeah, literally like this fucking light starts flashing and it's like woo.
You're the only one there,
and it's like me.
It wasn't me.
It was like me running away back to my parents, and they were like, "What were you doing back there?" And like I was like, "You hear that alarm?" And they're like, Joey, did you hit one of those buttons? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, what if someone else, like, was super embarrassed. And then security came up, realized that it was me, and just like, whatever, fucking turned it off. But they made a huge deal out of it. Like,
what if someone else was hurt?
Yeah, like, what if someone was getting robbed or someone was getting injured right now? And I was like, oh, I didn't think that far ahead. They're like, of course you don't think. Like, yeah, yet again, where it's like, I'm very smart, but do dumb shit like that, especially as a child.
That's just an inquisitive mind as a young man. I had a buddy. Timmy fucking called 911 by accident.
For fun. Just lonely.
He's like, you my mom now? He was like 8, and I think his dad or mom had to answer the door and be like, what? He's like, it was an accident. He's a real bad liar when we were little. Just like, would do something dumb like that and then try and lie about it. And it was like, you're dead to rights, bro. And he's just like, no, I didn't mean to. Just like vehemently deny it till the death. Very honorable just to be like, stick to the lie and be like, no,
yeah,
this was an accident. Like, you're caught and you're just like, didn't do it.
Yeah.
Fucking
Fuck, I'm trying to think of
it was a pop-up. I didn't mean to call 911. They actually got in trouble, and they like broke his balls because the cops were like, "Oh, what if someone was?"
That age, cops try to put the fear of God in you. Like they try to fucking like make you like as scared as possible. But I was like such a dipshit of a little kid. Every time they do that, I just hit them questions that would like you know when like the cops come to you, it's one of the firefighters and the cops. But when I was in like preschool, they would bring like someone's dad who's like a cop or like an army guy or something.
They had the firefighters come to the school and like wanted to climb up the ladder, and we would all clap.
Actually, wait a minute. I have a dumb question for you. I meant to ask you this via text the other day, but this is actually good pod content. When you were in middle school, in 8th grade, did they by any chance make you do a terrorism simulation in Woodbine?
No.
Like, that was like a field trip?
We had to do these weird fire drills. Before they would have us go to, like, the one where the fields are, but then we had to do these weird... It was like a lockout drill where we had to go stand on the side of the school closer to Perry Road.
Okay.
But it wasn't like a terrorist thing. It was just like a lockdown type. I think it was like in the event of like an intruder, we would go here. But fire, we go over here.
Gotcha.
Like some weird... But in 8th grade, we had to all like line up on the fucking... It's like that patch of grass between Perry Road and the parking lot, and like we didn't fit, and the line would be like curving, and like people would be standing on the shoulder, like getting yelled at. On the grass, Stevenson!
Getting hit by cars. We lost another 2 to a fire drill.
It was so dumb too, because it was one of those ones where they made you like stand outside while they mock cleared the building. So you just like stood out there for like an hour, and it'd be like wintertime. I was like, this is fucking dumb. I actually got to school late once, and my mom just like dropped me off. And they're all out there. And I just like got dropped off on the shoulder and like went and found my teacher. I was like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah. Car was running a little fucking heavy this morning. Well, no, the reason I asked, we had like a terrorism like response drill as a field trip when I was in 8th grade. The school was like way out of money at that point. I think I've discussed how
brown water from the fountains and shit. Middle school was a dump.
Dude, middle school was kind of like rough for us. Like, cause we like, there was, and
that was probably like a state of the art school when it was built in like the 90s or the 80s or whatever.
I think it was like the 80s. Yeah. It was like, it was.
And just like mid 2000s, it was like they hadn't put any work into it since they built it. Like it was like crumbling.
There's parts of that school that were like they put the new wing on it. Like that was like the year or two before I got there. They put that new 8th grade wing in there, and there was like parts of that were like just piss covered.
Took the old lockers from the high school that were like falling apart and broken.
Doubling back to the triple C's, I had a friend that took like an entire package of Coricidin in 8th grade, locked himself in one of those lockers, and then Mr. Palmieri came and ripped the door open because like they had it pried like wedged, and like they were like, we can't get the lock without destroying it. Mr. Palmieri was just like, whoa. And then pulled the kid out by his fucking
by his ear.
Yeah, like so one of those like broke field trips we went on was to Woodbine, to where the police barracks and the state school and everything is over there. It's like a big open field. It was cool. Like, I mean, like cool enough for like what it was, but yeah, you go there, you get handed a note card with like what your status and everything is, and then like your whole group gets split up and they put you in like quarantine. I died like pretty quick, so they just like took me over.
That's pretty cool.
Where they had like
I would probably voluntarily die just so I could fuck off the rest of the time.
They were like, look, I think it was like 1 in 3 people died right off the bat. Like, so like most of my friends were like dead already. So it was like, how long till I die? Oh, okay, cool. So I like went and there was like Coast Guard helicopter. They had landed in the field.
Fucking 8th graders played like mock die. Like, oh, you died.
No,
sorry.
it wasn't even like
Bin Laden got you.
Actually, it was like from what I remember, it was like supposed to be like if a nuke goes off, but then there was like a chemical weapons portion of it because there was a descaling thing that they make you go through. I remember that was why I died.
Poured a bunch of ash on you.
No. Like they like make you wash after a chemical weapon or something like that. And I had my line because I was like prioritized or whatever. I didn't descale, and then they were like, "Oh, you succumbed to your wound." And I'm like, do I lay down? They're like, no, you go outside. And I went and found my friends by the helicopter. And then, there's a little update. It's a little bit too small, but there is a plastic shark at work now. I almost sent you a picture of it.
Did you ever make that clone of Willie?
Nope.
No.
Nah, poor Casey. I sent her some other stuff for Valentine's Day.
Did you try to make it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's very hard to do while you're by yourself.
No pun intended.
No, it's like, well, that was the difficult part. It would have been a lot easier if I took some like fucking chemical enhancers, like to help out with the old cause. But no, dude, trying to fucking do science on yourself, or excuse me, not even science, arts and crafts on yourself when you get a hard on is like a little bit difficult.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, it was like I didn't even
Tina
want
sent me one last night. She's like, we can do this tomorrow. And it was like
a Clone of Willy?
A Clone of Willy made out of like Gushers or like fruit roll-up or something. It was like a joke. I was like, fuck off. It reminded me of your Clone of Willy.
Yeah.
She was like, did he ever make that? And I was like, I think he tried and like it got fucked up or something.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't say why. Like, old rubber dick Joe couldn't get it up. But
it wasn't necessarily that. It's like it was girthy, but like, all right, so like, let me paint the picture for you.
Your chicken parm in a fucking mold.
Dude, exactly.
You're shrinking up.
Exactly, right? Because you're trying to fucking shove your dick into an opaque thing of liquid that's going to harden around
making
your
a
cock.
mouth guard out of your dick.
Yeah, that's the exact process. But it's like
made by Shock Doctor.
Yeah, so like I'm Clone of Willying. I got my dick in the cast or whatever. But like you soften up, like so my dick turns into a thimble, and they only give you enough to make it like once. So like I got like porn on in the background. I'm like, come on. But then you can't like get yourself.
It dries with your flaccid,
dude. So you're like trying to jerk yourself off with this, and you're just getting like liquid, like it's like semi-cured fucking like hardening plastic all over the place. It's like silicone rubber. So like I'm just making a mess, and there's like I got like all my kitchen utensils down. There's porn blaring on the computer, so like I'm just in my socks with no pants on. Like yeah, this is fucking retarded. I'm just gonna go on Amazon and send her something.
Your dad comes home like, I got Chinese food. Oh, what are you doing, Joey?
He'd have been proud.
Never did it with baked goods.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like it's a completely asinine process to try by yourself, and I should have known that going into it. But it was like, no, this is the power of love, man. Like, no, it's not.
There was some documentary on like VH1 where they were making them of like all the different rock stars,
of all the Clone of Willying rock stars.
They were doing like Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses, but like they were assisting the gentleman, and I feel like it would be easier to do with some assistance from a lady,
significantly, or a guy, a willing friend.
Yeah,
I would have called you.
I got lightheaded there from laughing too hard.
Good.
Got the blurries.
Me doing fucking science on my cock. It is a sight to be seen. Is me trying to actually like muscle my way through that.
What time you got?
3:49. We got
I got like 5 more minutes.
Yeah, 5 more minutes. All right. I had like one kind of fun thing. But do you have anything you want to wrap up on?
No, this has been a fun one, though.
Yeah, this has
cruising right along.
Breezed by, actually. This is nice. And, like, I like the lights. I like the fucking setup.
New setup.
Actually, well, it's not like a fun thing, but I thought maybe you would just... I don't know. It's adorable. It was adorable that he asked me this. And I'm like, I'm kind of, like, happy that I'm making it happen. I know he's not watching right now, too, because he's on a cruise ship. But, like, shout out Jay. So... my dad, like, is kind of a hard guy to shop for because he's, like, the man that has literally everything, and everything he has, he just buys. Like, so it's kind of hard to be like, hey, what do you want for...
the man who has everything.
Yeah, it's like, what do you want for your birthday? I don't want anything. Like, what do you want for Christmas? And, like, Christmas, I already have a routine down. I get him a $100 Brooks Brothers gift card and, like, socks and some other, like, odds and ends.
Essentials.
Something fun, and then, like, you know, like, it's, like, 5 things. So he's got stuff to open. But, like, yeah, his birthday's always been difficult. So I asked him, I'm like... let me, like, instead of trying to get you something, because you're coming back from a cruise, I know you're going to, like, be nice and mellow, like, from that. Like, instead of me getting you something, like, do you want to go out to a fancy dinner? And he's like, actually, yeah, that's a good idea. And I was like, okay, I got all these comp points all over Atlantic City. Fucking tell me where you want to go. I'll make the reservations. I'll make it happen. He goes, Homestead in Borgata. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. So I made the reservations.
I got $25 in vouchers there.
Well, you're going to have to pay for parking. I know it's your birthday. I lost everything playing poker.
You got to do me the 5.
You got the tip too, right? In fact, you mind paying for this whole thing? I'm going to put it on your Amex.
Happy birthday.
So, yeah, no problem. I, like, made the reservations and everything. And then I'm, like, sitting there. And we're like, just kind of, like, hanging out one night watching baseball. And he goes... man, I haven't had myself a Philly Frank in a while. Like, just exclaimed it. And I'm like, yeah, like, neither have I. But, like, you want to go to a game sometime and get a baseball? Like, you know, go to a baseball game.
Get some dogs.
Get a dog. He's like, yeah, when's the next dollar dog night? And I, like, happen to look it up on the DL. Sure enough, it's 2 days after he gets back, after his birthday. So I'm taking him to dollar dog night. I canceled the reservations over there. I fucking got him fourth row seats in the outfield in that left field.
That's way better than going on a date with your dad.
Right?
That's a way better father-son night.
That's a pretty good son move, right? Like, because he thinks he's going to, like, steak dinner. And I'm like, that's...
You can still do both. You can still go get dinner, but fucking dollar dog night with your pops, dude, that doesn't get any better than
I thought that was, like, the alpha son move. And, like, I didn't even have to think about it, too. I mean, like, StubHub is, like, you know, whatever. But I paid, like, $90 for both tickets. And they're, like, fourth row in the outfield in home run out. Like, we're right...
Fuck yeah,
We're right where Schwartz has been fucking spanking him in the left field.
Jay's
like,
going to catch a fucking home run with his dog.
Yeah.
In the bun.
Well, the thought thought was actually, like, now I got to thinking, like, I think it would be a fun bit for the pod just to keep track of how many dogs between the two of us we eat. Because, like, I'm putting at least 3 down. Like,
at least. I'm getting 5. Just dropping a 5 as soon as I get there.
What do you think the over-under on my dog?
You just keep a pile of them. You just, every, like, other inning, you just fucking polish one off. A cold dog wrapped in the foil, you know what I'm saying?
Actually, we can end on this.
What's your, you said worst beer earlier. What's your favorite hot dog in the world? And I only say that because I have one in mind.
Yours. No, what's
my grandpa used to love Nathan's. He would get them at rest stops, but my favorite, the best hot dog in the world, doesn't get any better than Caldwell Park snack stand hot dogs. I don't know why.
I'll post that. Yeah, that's gonna get. It's gonna get. Caldwell Park had good ones. Yeah, those were Hebrew Nationals.
You played football, or you played baseball. I played football. The snack bar would be open after the game. They would just give us a hot dog. Like each player would get one, and then I would like take a couple bucks from me mom and just get like fucking 4 of them bitches, dude, and like a red Gatorade. Oh, dude, Caldwell Park hot dogs. They just had. I think they just made them on like a little rotisserie or like a crock pot or something, and then they had like the buns warmed, and like they just had it in tinfoil, just in like a warming tray. I don't know, it'd been sitting there for 4 hours, but like
they hit different.
Oh, dude, it's so good. Well, I gotta go next time Caldwell Park snack bar's open. I'm pulling up and getting like 4 dogs.
Yeah, man. Like, all right, so those were good, and those are Hebrew National dogs and potato buns. Like, they did them fucking fine. Like, those were fucking awesome. Germany was a game changer, unfortunately, when it comes to that. So like, it's a complete
schnitzels.
So it's
shit.
like, well, because I had fucking currywurst. Yeah. So it's like curry, like a regular ass curry with like
that sounds good.
But then they just put a fucking huge bratwurst in it, and it's like all fucking cooked together, dude.
I haven't eaten yet today. I'm so hungry,
bro. With like, it blew my fucking mind. But like, that was the pinnacle. But like, I mean, like when it comes to like hot dogs,
have you been to like Chicago or anywhere had some like fancy like New York dogs or something at
There was a gourmet hot dog place in Raleigh called Tasty Eights that was right across from the law firm, and they used to have this one that was a Chicago style dog with the peppers and the bacon and shit, and it would come on like the roll that had the poppy seeds on it and shit too. Pretty fucking good. It was like not like
those are very good, but like it just doesn't count. I'm talking like regular dog. Like I used to fancy a good Wawa dog.
That was the one I would not get. Was the Wawa fucking dog.
Me and my mom used to hit up some Wawa dogs. So some chips.
When this is a throwback. This is like way fucking throwback. But all right, do you know where Heritage's is in Vineland?
No.
Okay, so I used to go to the allergist in Vineland. We'd pull off at Heritage's. They used to have roller dogs, roller burgers, roller cheese dogs, and roller cheese sausage.
How do you roller a burger?
It's just a long, it's just the shape of a hot dog. They just make the patty like that. So yeah, but the fucking cheese, the cheese sausage was like, nothing competes with it in the same category of hot dog because it wasn't liquid cheese. It was like chunks of cheese, but it was warm. So every bite was like a charcuterie plate, a little bit of bread, a little bit of sausage, a little bit of cheese. I know I'm making you fucking hungry. Dude. Yeah, man.
Tina thought I was bullshitting her last week. We had like a package of, her grandmom gave us like a bunch of packs of meat, and there was a package of like cheesesteak style meat. It was like steakums, but it was like real
like wafer cuts,
chopped fucking meat,
ribeye.
And we got like Amoroso rolls or whatever, and just some like provolone cheese, and just some peppers and onions and stuff. This was one of the best cheesesteaks I ever had. She really thought the way I was saying, she thought I was like pulling her leg, and I'm like, no, this is like. This is like top 5 cheesesteaks I've ever had, and it's just like a homemade, you know what I mean? Sometimes some shit like that, like some simple steakums or something can really, homemade, I suck at cooking, I burn everything, but like when you get some good homemade shit that hits, like last night we had like Greek chicken, it had like feta cheese and olives and fucking parsley and tomato, lemon sauce, it just fucking hit, like this shit is good as fuck. I don't know what tangent I'm going on. Homemade meals are good.
Just I can springboard this and then we can wrap up on this. Yesterday, what was yesterday? Wednesday? No, Tuesday. Tuesday, I went up to Renault Winery to go to a Cisco food show. Your mom was probably invited to it, but probably at work.
No, she works at like a nursing home now.
But it's not like based on where you work. It's like if you have Cisco as a distributor for
they don't.
Okay, never mind then. But anyway, they have a food showcase where all the companies that Cisco has is like because they have their generics, so they showcase those. But then everybody that's like a specialty, they have them in one place so you can see what all the new items are. So I went to Renault and fucking ate, like, I was recounting it to my friend, and as this was, like, coming out of my mouth, it was disgusting.
How much you ate?
Dude,
or
yes. Like,
they have
listen,
great food there.
dude. It's
I went
not
there
even the
once.
it's not even the winery. It's like, this is all Cisco's showcase food. So every single one of these things that I ate, I'm gonna go in order. I started out. I walked in there. This guy hands me like a quarter of a cheesesteak. Like, it's like that much of a cheesesteak. The best fucking cheesesteak I have ever had in my fucking life. Also, perfect fluffy roll. Fucking cheesesteak was like tender but not too fucking chewy. Provolone, sautéed onions. Mod on. Like, there we go. Bobbity boopy. So then I'm like, all right, well, I got to go find my chef. So I go wander around, walk by the pretzel and churros guy. Like, oh, well, we're looking to do
these.
Got a 9-inch pretzel, fucking 9-inch churro, walking around munching on those. 9-inch cock. Then we go to the fried food stand with the Stromboli guy. So there's like 5 different pizza guys. The Stromboli guy's got specialty Strombolis and egg rolls and all that stuff. Mozzarella fried cheese. All of that. I have
I'm so
one of
hungry right
everything.
Now. Torture.
One of fucking everything. So that's like 5 fried items. Then we go to the cheese specialist. I have Gruyere, Munster, and Dill Havarti. Then we go to this guy who's selling just bacon. This is where my mind was fucking blown. The guy had molasses sugar cookies with bacon in them.
It's probably so good.
I haven't been able to get the fucking taste out of my mouth. I want to fucking make, dude, so fucking good. But the
candied bacon, dude.
The piece de resistance, they're really fucking. Madon, this was so fucking tasty. There was a guy who was selling like literally everything. It was just the imports. Like, it was just the imports and everything. He had sliced blue cheese, like a slice of cheese, like, you know, American single, but blue cheese, and you just put that on a burger.
Oh,
it was the butteriest.
So good.
It was like whatever they're adding with it. It was so buttery. I'm like, I need wherever you're selling this, I'm gonna go buy a fucking case of it so I can just eat it with like make grilled chicken and just put it on there. Like, dude. So yeah, I also
blue cheese has that nice bite to it. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, dude! It was
melted
it was
slab
so
of it.
Buttery too. Like,
Fuck.
it was so good. But yeah, I ate all that food and more. I ate a bunch of desserts too. I had like 5 cannolis.
Hell yeah!
I came home, shit, took a nap for 5 hours,
Went
shit
to the
again,
hospital.
shit again. Had to take a shower because it was like so gross,
fudgy and sweaty.
And then it's like 2:00 in the morning, and I was like, I need to go back to bed. And then woke up and shit a third time. Like, it was literally like 12 hours. You just raw diarrhea.
That's the best.
Totally worth it, though.
When you like let loose like that. The only similar experience I can remember is I went to Golden Corral once, and like I felt like I ate so much that I felt like I was literally dying on the drive home. And then the same thing, you just shit like 7 times and you're good to go. But I gotta head home and eat something. I'm fucking starving. It's been a fun one. Thanks for listening.
Go fuck yourself.
Shout out to Stuart Handyman Service. If you need anything done to your house, give him a call, 338-9427. The Can Man, any power washing needs, he'll fucking wash your butt and your can.
And your sister.
That too.
You cunt.
Anything else we got to plug?
Oceanside Seafood, 25th and Dune in Avalon. We're going to be open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Please don't prank call us at all. Not one bit. We totally deliver.
Go get some seafood from your boy Joey. I got to go.
All right, later.
Later, guys.